Yeah, man. Oh, respect and love from the world, nigga. Show them. Più nigga on a microphone. Can't wait to the number 15. Rock you in the studio. Bomba, claro. ¿De qué manera sufre el alma cuando alguien se va? No hay medicina que cure esa larga enfermedad. La vitamina de la vida en esta sociedad es tan divina que por nombre tiene libertad. Libérate de la mentira que está por llegar. Mide tu orgullo antes de empezar a hablar. Cierra la puerta a quien no merezca entrar, porque hay mucho que se fue y sueña con regresar. Hablemos en silencio y así no me mentirás. El poder de la palabra muere cuando hablan de más. No me fío de oraciones que se dicen por detrás. Si me miras a los ojos no te mentiré jamás. Que besar por besar es jugar por jugar. Y vivir sin amores, vivir sin amar. Solo queda la fe, solo queda soñar. Ponte de pie, ready para luchar. Some love, I can just smoke and there are some love them. I can just smoke and there are some love. I remember no fire, no burn. Ribby dead. Cali with a farmer soul, yeah. ¿De cuánto tiempo hablamos cuando hablamos de querer? Si la mitad lo malgastamos solo en comprender. ¿De qué manera es más fácil aprender? Que nacemos para ganar y morimos al perder. No puedo dejar de animarte, que cuando te caigas debes levantarte. Llegué para contarte que no todo artista muere por su arte. Traigo el honor de un humano con valor que utiliza poesía para respirar mejor. Escribo prosa para vengar al amor y recuerda aquella rosa que tiraron al contenedor. ¿Dónde se quedó el amor? Hey, I no voy a sit on no microphone forever never. Tell me, roll some love. I can just smoke and the light. Some love them. I Rastafari my life. Some love. I remember no fire, no burn. Ribby day. Cali with a farmer soul, yeah. Reggae man a farmer warrior. Warrior day. Not a really thing. Oh, yeah, man. Y se piensa que la música es un juego, lo lleva claro, hermano. Desde España, internacional, bombo, clack, you, Lego. Not really easy. No. Pure nigga on a microphone. Hey, tell us what. Tell us anything. Tell if I'm a Rasta feeling on my sin. Hey, more love.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Yeah, man, real bomba clock and I set it volume 8. This is the music from the my niggas. Yeah, man. Oh, ribby damn, ribby damn. Hey, hey. La 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 la. Human attribute from Black Uhuru Ray. Hey, hey, hey. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Will my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Will my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. Por soñar soñé que todo cambiaría, por pensar pensé, luchar a sangre fría sin perder la fe, viviendo el día a día, más con sentimiento que marcó mi sinfonía. Darle pan al que no puede comer, darle bendición al que sepa renacer. 3000 errores solemos cometer, pero solo un gran hombre lo sabrá reconocer. Y me di cuenta de tantas cosas, algunas crudas, otras bastante hermosas. Solo más sabios, personas poderosas, no aquellos bastardos que destrozan nuestras prosas. Es la perdición, mala situación de manchar tu corazón por tu mala acción. Dame una razón para darte mi perdón. Siento que tu alma se consume como el humo de este blon. Derramo poesía, arte mensajero que reclamo cada día. Pretendo ser sincero, más comparto mi alegría con todo caballero que mantenga la presión cuando andamos bajo cero. Sentimientos perdidos con calma, malos actos mancharon tu alma. No pide perdón quien dispara el arma, no sabe que un ladrón se bate con el karma. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Real my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Real my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. One I can get respect from volume 8. My niggas on volume 8, this is key on the studio respect. Alright, alright, alright. Bad boy kills, criminal of sound and rich. Money is a gun for me. Respect the nation. Below the time like this. Bad boy kills, criminal of sound and rich. Money is a gun for me. Respect the nation. Below the time like this. Bad boy kills, criminal of sound and rich. Money is a gun for me. Respect the nation. Oh. La 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 la. When I can just smoking from the studio up the on. And when I can just your nigga on the floor. When I live a sound. Oh them, ah. Bye bye rhythm, bye bye sound in
Bueno. It's beautiful today. This is a beautiful day because technically there's only been one person the whole time waiting. And I know why. Because a lot of you are currently watching these Canaanite one with campers, BHIs, all you Fopi lovers, every single one of you guys. I'm so glad that nobody's watching right now. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to look at who shows up and who is right now. So far, it was one person the whole time watching. And you want to know what I love about that? Because the rest of you guys are being entertained with, debates or stupid history and IOIC stuff and ISPK stuff and Sakari stuff and GMS stuff and all BHI stuff. And you know what? It's beautiful. Continue. Stay there by all means. Please stay there. Because, last year, about a year and a half now, I started this channel. And I kept sounding the alarm. I kept sounding the alarm. And I was hated for it. I lost brothers in IUIC, good brothers that I cared about, one particular one, and then other people. And throughout my path, I met people and then they bugged out and they stopped talking to me. Some of them went back to 12 chart stuff, Now, keep in mind that prior to me, there was other brothers pointing out certain things about certain people. Now, obviously, the connection wasn't there yet. And then now we get somebody from, remember, the Trojan horse family. It always comes from within. Destruction comes from within. And then, hey, shalom, Brick. I'll praise it, man. At least you're here. So it all comes from within, right? So if you consider everything comes from within, now you got this guy, TCA, who was their member, I guess. I guess he's African, Northwest, whatever you are. And I say that for a reason, because I was going to have a neutral approach with him. But even then, he's still stuck as the people that he's teaching. Because what I've been saying was, listen, these guys, I don't know, man. This history that we've been taught, it sounds very, it's very sketchy. I don't know. Perpetual, it wasn't perpetual servitude for some of them, and more for us. Are these laws I'm finding, they were supposedly applied to so-called West Africans, but it was really applied to most natives and sprinkles of whites, right? Compared to us. So, now we come to almost a full circle. And I find it so interesting, family, because, man, this is so great. And everything is for a reason. So, again, Jose Vega and then our brother, old school brother from Old Testament, Konad, they were bringing these things out. Yasha, I believe. The connection wasn't fully there. All praise to the Most High that He revealed some things to me, not many, just some things that allowed me to connect the dots for myself and, Lord willing, for you guys. Because like I said yesterday, if I wasn't doing this channel, I don't know if I'd still be in this walk. Because you guys know, if you don't put your hand to the plow, it's very difficult to hang on. So I'm glad that it took me here. Now I know that all you so-called friends, brothers, or that cared and called me out, I wonder what you're thinking about right now. I'm going to show you this video real quick because I want to prove a point. And we're going to start with this video. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You see, I was part of these guys, man. And I did care for them, man. I'm not going to lie. But when I started finding these things out, it was hard for me to embrace it. But they stayed. So let's begin. All right, fam. So again, the title. Oh shoot, more people. Thank you very much, man. Hey, hallelujah, bro. For real, man. All praises to the Most High, Father. Man, because you know what? It makes it. What I'm thinking about is having somebody. Let me see. What I'm thinking about. What I'm thinking about is having somebody's chumps come in and say they can prove you wrong. Well, I invited somebody yesterday, bro. And in a matter of fact, I talked to him, or we were chopping it up, whatever you call it, so-called Facebook debates on Wednesday. I said, on Tuesday, wait till Friday. 5 minutes before I posted the link, where you at? I posted the link. 20 minutes later, I posted it again. A no-show. Sakari wanted to debate me. Last minute, 20 minutes before, or 30 minutes before, they canceled. Something like that. And then the same day, they did 1 or 2 lives. You telling me? And then the following day, they did another live. You telling me they couldn't have? Oh, no, they asked me the second time, but I was like, I'm at work, bro, at 3 o'clock. So in case you guys don't know, I do work. Anyways, let's begin. let's consider our ways now. Consider our ways. Check this out.
Meternos con los líderes espirituales de la comunidad para traer resultado positivo a nuestra gente.
In case you guys don't know what that means, it says una sentada con Iglesia Apostólica de la Fe en Cristo Jesús. A sit down with the Apostolic Church of Christ, or Jesus Christ, okay? That's what it says. Let's go.
Pues sencillamente nosotros creemos.
And by the way, when I was with these brothers, they were actually, we were calling these churches. They would give us a list of churches to call. And every week I would have to call against a few, right? I would have to, and me being because I'm in the business. Well, obviously, I understand how to communicate with them, right? But that was our job. We communicate with them. Hey, we're trying to build brotherhood. And it was very deceptive because they even told me, like, don't tell them exactly. You know what I mean? Like, not exactly. Because then they won't listen. Like, we got to show up there. So here's one example. And they were going to show, I never saw part 2. So they were like, oh, yeah, what happened? And I guess Nate told them, nope, shut up. You keep those Hispanics quiet. We want the Negroes to grow. First of all, that's why these all up in Africa, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's all falling apart. But let's begin again. So you see, and you people here, you so-called brothers of ours, y'all are just, man, I don't even know what to tell you. Because I told you guys, I said it, and you said, I'm crazy. My precepts suck. You ought the spirit. You better repent. Man, I hope your family is well.
Meternos con los líderes espirituales de la comunidad para traer resultado positivo a nuestra gente.
Pues sencillamente nosotros creemos conforme a las escrituras que recibiremos el Espíritu Santo.
Jesucristo es negro. Jesucristo es negro. Jesucristo es negro. Jesucristo es negro.
Un santo, vámonos.
Ya estuvo.
Yo tengo que decir que Cristo es negro.
Claro que sí.
¿Para eso?
Sí.
¿Para eso?
Sí.
¿Para eso?
Sí.
¿O está mal que yo diga que a mí no importa el color que sea?
El aspecto del que estaba sentado
La fisonomía, el aspecto,
era semejante a piedra de jaspe.
justo una piedra de jaspe. Muy café. Muy café. El aspecto, el color de Dios también es negro.
Wow, it's so shocking, man. Oh, my dear Jesus. Yo, you scared me. Oh, yeah, I'm converted. So this is the variety of Jasper. I'm going to say it. You idiots. Jasper's not only one color. It's a variety. It's a variety. Jasper. Oh, Jasper's yellow. Like bronze? Kind of like bronze, right? Like yellow like bronze, right? Like Jasper. This is not like you. It's more like me and my brothers, like my actual family and my kids. It's like my brother Chato right here, my brother Jaime for sure. That's more of me. That's my brother Carlos. That's my that's like my family. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 10 of us. Yeah, we actually had a football team. I'm the shortest one out of all of them. My oldest brother is 6 foot, 6'1". The rest of them are like 5'10". So I got the brains and the hands. Anyways, this is what Jasper is. Jasper. But apparently some people don't give a damn. So let's continue with this nonsense. This Fruit of Loops. This, and I mean by like the colors. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they are, right? Purple and gold and black and white and black and gold and purple and red and silver and yellow and silver and black. Like, oh man, I'm having a blast now, family, because I'm speaking with confidence now more than ever. Why? Because guess what? I was praying that I was in a way wrong. I'll be on. Look, listen, I'm going to be real with y'all. I was kind of praying that I was wrong because I thought there was part of me that felt like maybe I'm being used by the Most High to bring people down, you know? And I prayed to him several times and asking him to destroy me because I don't want to be that instrument. I've already had enough. I already hurt enough people in my life when I didn't know the Father. In my ism for 30 years, Listen, man, if you're an angry man or a woman, like resentful, you like burst out real quick and you're not actually drinking or doing drugs, guess what? You're just a dry drunk. I'm telling you, family. Never did I intend to hurt people, or I'm glad this is solidifying my path. Because I've been doing this alone. Not alone, fam, because you guys have been supportive, and so has my household had been supportive, and you brothers that have talked to me have been supportive. But it's still scary because I'm like thinking, man, what if I'm misleading them too? So let's continue.
A pioneer of modern propaganda was this man, Edward Bernays. Bernays invented the term public relations. He wrote, "The intelligent manipulation of the masses is an invisible government which is the true ruling power in our country. Of the masses is the intelligent manipulation of the masses. The intelligent manipulation of the masses is an invisible government which is the true ruling power in our country."
An intelligent. Okay, I'll read you the page that he's talking about. Okay, it's an old book that he had, and you know what's so funny, fam? I've been bringing this book out since I actually opened this channel, and come on, man, get it right. Here it goes, right here. Oh, let me see. Yeah, you're right, brother. What'd you say, bro? Hey, shalom, Meshiacha. I just looked up the Black Jasper and it's. I'm like, bro, for real, bro. Like, damn. Hey, man, you know what? Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the actual page that he reads it from. So it's Organized Chaos, written by Bernays, which is a Khazarian. And we know now that's the other head. There's 3 heads that we're dealing with, family and prophecy. So we got 1 so far clear, which is them. 2 so far that's clearing up, which is the applicants. Not all of you. And you know who I'm talking about. And by the way, my brother Oro, I want to apologize to him. Not like actually, because I text him, and I don't want you to misunderstand anything that I said. So I'd love for you to give me a call back, bro, because that's not my intention. I want unity, because it's of the spirit. I just, like I said, I found some stuff, man. Maybe you can help me get it clear, okay? But there's no disagreements. Anyways, let me read this. It says, the conscience and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits. Remember, the conscience and intelligent manipulation, meaning the people that are using the mind intellectually to manipulate the masses' habits and opinions. It's an important piece, in a sense, of a society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism in society, those who maneuver or drive around this machinery, around this, mental oppression, right, constitutes an invisible government, meaning it requires a invisible government. Some people that you will never know about, which is the true ruling power of your country, not our country. Sorry, I burped. Your country. We, meaning you, are governed. Are, meaning your minds are molded and your tastes are formed. Ideas suggested. This is called marketing. See, family, I actually am in business, so I understand this marketing aspect. It's a repetitive thing. It's like Walmart. Why do you think they send you flyers all the time, every single week? You don't go shopping every single day. I mean, look, listen, I don't like Target, okay? I never liked them. And I never knew why until later on. I guess I found out that's too effeminate for me, right? I never liked Target, man. Then I found out, well, what's the difference between Target and Walmart? Well, Target's like a chick store, I guess. So I was like, no wonder. I've always went to Walmart, you know what I mean? It's pretty standard, general, and you just grab your stuff. But anyhow, Target always sends mail to my home. And that's the thing that they want. They repeatedly put that message behind you until one day you're going to break and you're going to say, I'm going to need you. So let's continue. We are governed. Our minds are molded. Our tastes formed. Our ideas suggested largely by men we have never heard of until now, right? All praises to the Most High. This is a logical, meaning common sense result of the way in which your democratic society, meaning demon crazy people, society is organized, structured. That's why you have politicians and Republicans and Democrats. And why do you think they're all worshiping Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Obama's baby's mama? This is a logical result of the way in which your democratic society is organized. vast number of human beings. So here's what they have massive control, where they also have what's called a collateral damage. You see, when these so-called elitists, I would say that, when it's collateral damage, meaning like, yeah, we're going to be ahead of you. We're going to lose some of our people, but we're still going to be oppressing you. A vast number of human beings must cooperate. Must. Remember, it says must cooperate. It's not saying should. No. This manipulation is a manipulation to govern you. That's why the scriptures say, put on the helmet of salvation. Subdue your own understanding. And if you can govern your own spirit, man, you got power over everything. But a lot of you guys don't, especially these BHIs. Yes, he does. He does. Watch, I'm going to get to it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get to it. That's symbolism, bro. Oh, my God, bro. You're on the spirit. Try to make, hey, stick to that, Rick. You're on the spirit, bro. I got scriptures for it. And it says here, vast number of human beings must cooperate in this manner if they are to live together as smoothly functioning society. Hey, listen, the 12 tribe chart, dog. You know, Judah's on top, Mexicans on the bottom. As long as you have that smooth functioning society, we can live together in peace. But no, I don't agree with that chart. Oh, Spaniard, eat them. But if I'm black, I'm a Jake. Our invisible governors are, in many cases, unaware of the identity of their fellow members in inner cabinet. So, no, we talk about masonry, right? So, again, we see that a lot of people are trying to say, oh, I didn't know that that's what it was. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you another book, another peel to your insanity, that even now we're telling you the actual privileges that you had on our land, you still think you're the people of the book. Do you realize that as you were part of this Freemasonry, Divine Nine, Eastern Stars, so and you have these Masons passing laws, but I thought you guys were all effing slaves. I didn't cuss. Let's continue. They govern us by their qualities of natural leadership. Nick the Snake, General Yohana, those loud people, all these politicians, their ability to supply needed ideas. Oh, we suffered so much. We've been enslaved since 1492. No, you haven't. By their key positions in social structure. That's how you say supply your ideas, which is where the whole Willie Lynch letter came from. Do you see? Nobody's touched it. I've been the only one to bring out Willie Lynch damn letter. It's fake. How come I haven't had somebody tell me, hey, listen, man, you're wrong? No, because right now I understand this is a natural, a supplied, needed idea. So in these key positions, when the actual Gopher server came about and exploded, then somebody uploaded this actual so-called book that doesn't even speak like in the 1700s, that supposedly some Harvard teacher quoted what this so-called Willie Lynch guy said, who the only Willie Lynch guy available to even say something like use that name was not in 1700, but in 1820 or 30 something. Yeah, whatever attitude one chooses to take towards this condition, it remains a fact that in almost every act of your daily lives, whether in sphere, politics, or business, on our social conduct or ethical thinking, we are this right here.
He was part of a secretive group called the U.S. Committee on Public... invented the term public relations. He wrote, "The intelligent manipulation of the masses is an invisible government which is the true ruling power in our country." He was part of a secretive group called the U.S. Committee on Public Information, set up in 1917 to persuade reluctant Americans to join the war in Europe.
Edward Bernays and Walter Lippmann go to Woodrow Wilson and say, look, man, if you're going to enter into this war, we are going to need to sell this war to the American people. And so Wilson institutes and creates the first modern propaganda machinery. It was actually quite brilliant in its conceptualization, so that the best way to persuade people is to grab them by their emotions, by their unconscious and instinctual urges. Let's not bother with pumping out facts. Let's scare the hell out of people.
You see what he said? Don't even worry about posting facts or providing facts for people. No. Just don't worry about that. Remember, family, I remember asking this 3 years ago. I asked that guy right there, Cornelius, the guy that says that you have to accept the Messiah to be blackety black, or else you don't have the Holy Ghost. That's what the guy goes. So I have to accept that he's black. He goes, see? He didn't even say, sí, claro que sí. He's going, see? because he's very unsure. You see, that's why I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, are thoughts spirits?" He's like, "What? Yeah, our thoughts spirits." It's like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" Okay, and I'm trying to explain to him, and he's like, "Oh, well, that scripture, like, don't worry about things above your head and blah blah blah." That whole like above your ability, whatever, man. So then I'm like, okay. So I go home and they don't answer me. So I'm go back to my studies, but then I read this again and again, which is what got me to think of it. Matthew 7:20 says, and he said, "That which cometh out of a man that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man," meaning the mind, "proceed evil thoughts." Adultery is a thought. Fornication is a thought. Murder is a thought. Theft, covetousness, wickedness, but it's also spirits. So then I said, well, that's why I asked him. So are spirits thoughts, or are thoughts spirits? And he said, nah, shut up. You're going too far. I was maybe 2 years in this so-called truth. So now I'm convinced that, yeah, kind of like thoughts are things, thoughts are spirits, which is why a thought can trigger you to sin. And it's not from within. Remember, Paul talks about that the flesh and the spirit always war together. Hey, thank God we can repent. Listen, bro, it actually touches, man. Rick, all praises, bro. You're on the game today, man. You've been studying, bro. You've been studying. Listen to this. So the reason why it was an emergency class, I guess, is because this guy brought this out, and I'll tell you this, man. I was in a way, I guess you could say I still respect him a bit, but then he said, it's like this, family. You can't be the slaver. I mean, you can't be the slave and the slaver. You can't say that for 500 years or 4, you've been enslaved until 1865. And then all of a sudden, we find out that you guys had people in positions of power giving you guys beneficial privileges. And in the land that never was yours. You see what you guys are not noticing. You're going to see some of these guys post up, oh, yeah, our people need to come out of these. Listen, you don't come to another country to figure out who you are. No. The scriptures say that someone else is going to come from a far place and is going to take everything from us. And we'll even know who we are. And then that they're going to submit us. The stranger that's within you shall get above us very high. Well, guess who's getting above us very high? Because none of us knew about no damn masonry. Now, we know about, let me tell you something. For you guys, I'm going to show you this because TCA wanted to bring out, natives are Masons too. Yeah, he brought out like one picture and a few. So now it makes sense why these so-called natives, $5 ones, right, are telling so-called Hispanics they're not Indians or natives of this land. No, you guys aren't. No, now I understand why. So no matter which way we slice it, Black Americans or West Africans, not considering my East African brothers, this is just on this side of the world, the people that are over here. You guys are going to have to chew this pill because it's stuffing it down your throat. Because whether you like it or not, that's what my arm is. That's why I haven't stopped. All praises to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High. And no, this fire didn't come from no camp. I've always been this way. But that the Most High then said, stop fighting with your hands. Now fight with your mind and your voice and help my people. Let's listen in.
So then he says, based on these wild allegations, he says the Lord told you to follow Lucifer. So this is the origins where people are coming from. One West and all these things.
Let's pay attention. I'm gonna pause. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna go back so we can go break it down what he's gonna say.
What they say, giving double honors and triple honors, and oh man, it's just a hot mess. I just call the awakening the fakening. I call people were probably better off spiritually before getting involved in all of this hogwash. That's just my opinion. It's not a fact. I've seen people become 2 or 3 times the devil, knowing that they're a Hebrew Israelite. When you didn't know you were that identity, you're probably a better person. Now you know you're that. You're like 10 times as haughty, 10 times as devious, and 10 times as wicked. And that works both ways. When the Gentiles realize they're Gentiles and not, and they have the same attitude. So it's just weird, man. Truth is really a divisive thing. Truth is the real segregation. It divides, but it's beautiful. The truth that is. Let's continue.
Fam, I don't know if you caught it, but he still said when the Gentiles figure it out. You see what I'm oh my God, bro. Oh, TCA, man. If you can just let go, but you're not, because you still think you guys are Israel. And this is what I mean by thank God we can repent, Rick, because guess what? You know how he was saying, here, let's play it again. Let's go.
So then he says, based on these wild allegations, he says the Lord told you to follow Lucifer. So this is the origins where people are coming from. One West and all these things where they say giving double honors and triple honors, and oh man, it's just a hot mess. I just call the awakening the fakening. I call people were probably better off spiritually.
So he says people are better off spiritually. Okay, let's start breaking you down now, because guess what? Even though you got a lot of viewers and all that stuff, and it's good, family, listen, I know our people, Israel, is very hard-headed, and they're not going to want to hear the truth, right? But as soon as they bring something up to them, oh my God, oh, that's what the scriptures say. If I came to another nation of a rude language, guess what? They would hearken to me. But Israel, man, you guys just don't get it. Because guess what? Let me read this. Masons aren't just black and white. The problem we are seeing is that almost every black American on that panel admitted that almost all of them had family in one of those clubs, fraternities. Exactly, bro. Exactly. None of my aunts or uncles belonged to any of that. We were all just stupid spicks. Makes you wonder why they said about illegals in those lodges. You damn right. Because I know, man, let me say it. I'll say this like now. You see, we knew that there were people in power in Mexico that were just abusing us. And we couldn't really understand why. We could just mean like maybe because they're Spaniards, you know, like that's Spanish blood. But it's more than that. And then the brother Meshiacha, if he's here, you know, he kept saying that, listen, man, you got masonry down there. And he, you know, he recommended some books. I've been reading them. Like Secreto 1910, The Secret of 1910, that these Masons were basically the manipulators of these powers. Of all the Mexican-American wars or Mexican wars, guess who was in charge of that? You know, gosh dang. These people, the people in America. So you black Americans, because the white people already know how we feel about y'all. But you black Americans, I'm going to make sure that you fall off your stool and land on your ass in your own poop. Because even then, you don't get it. Look, listen in.
Before getting involved in all of this hogwash, that's just my opinion. It's not a fact. I've seen people become 2 or 3 times the devil, knowing that they're a Hebrew Israelite. When you didn't know you were that identity, you're probably a better person. Now you know you're that. You're like 10 times as haughty, 10 times as devious, and 10 times as wicked.
Okay, family. You know what I love about that? Because as you guys know, in this channel, a picture with JP Morgan. Yo, listen, in this channel, family, what have we been talking about? I've been telling you that, you know, don't be boastful. Who are you to go assume that you can put your foot over somebody's neck and tell them to submit and kiss your boots? I kept telling brothers, since I've started talking to you guys know this, I've never lied to you. I said, I don't have no right to assume, because none of us can prove that we're Israel. So you better at least be humble about it. I've always said that. I never lied. So this thing about, oh, you become 10, 15 times stronger. Well, guess what, man? That's what you guys do. You see, our gente, except the ones that are lost in these camps, and even them some of them are still having a hard time being arrogant. So, Lord willing, heady kill, man, you get my message. But this whole thing about haughtier and weird and meaner, and man, I've heard stories, man, where this brother told me that some camp leader told him, listen, man, if you're married and your wife don't believe, well, you can get a second girl on the side, just don't tell her. What?
que alguien me explique.
Bro, seriously? Like, yeah, man, I'm not lying, bro. Like, wow. I knew another guy that told me from a different camp, no, same camp, that you could deal with prostitutes because it's a transaction. Oh, and then you can actually drop some gummies with marijuana if you because you're not technically smoking it. Marijuana is a medicine. It does have medicinal powers. So whoever's using these things, if it's not for any medicinal reason, you guys are just getting drugged and high. So let's continue, because even in this moment of possible, light hitting his brain, TC's still stuck.
A person. Now you know you're that. You're like 10 times as haughty, 10 times as devious, and 10 times as wicked. And that works both ways. When the Gentiles realize they're Gentiles or not.
You guys hear that? When the Gentiles hear that they're Gentiles or not. Right? Let's go.
Gentiles realize they're Gentiles or not. Both ways. When the Gentiles realize they're Gentiles or not.
When the Gentiles realize they're Gentiles or not. You hear that? When the Gentiles realize they're Gentiles or not. What have I been saying, family? I told you guys about 2 weeks ago, you guys need to jump in for joy. Like, what? Why? Because we're for the first time, family, on a freaking winning team, man. Come on, fam. For the first time, y'all can say that. That's why I call the title True Lies. Because these lies, this truth is a lie. This truth is a lie. It's what I'm saying. Like, nah, this is the truth. You're in the home of the truth. You mean the truth that's a lie? Is that what it is? And that's why I told y'all, man, jump for joy. Jump for joy. And you know what? Like I said it before, fam. Like I said it before. All that these guys have been is about keeping an image. Now, I've told you, brothers, that I don't give a damn about my image. I didn't come here. Look, listen. I said yesterday, unsubscribe. I can't remember. And some guys unsubscribe. Perfect. Listen, there's 333 people. If half of you are just here for a show, unsubscribe right now. Because we don't need y'all. We don't need you. You need some entertainment. I don't. This ain't a show. This is what's kept me alive. This is what's kept me from sinning and repenting. And this is what's kept me from not being active, meaning I don't go by my image. I go by my actions. All praises to the Most High. I'm so proud of it now, and in a good, humble way, that I have a house that believes. My house believes. My wife believes. My daughter's 19. She believes. We're actually keeping Sabbaths, and we're looking, man, we're getting ready for Day of Atonement, family. Day of Atonement, bro. In my home, we're getting ready for Day of Atonement, family. I mean, that's a beautiful day. You guys better be ready for it. And I've never felt so compelled to wait for that day. But it took time. My daughter's name is not my last name. My slave name. No, she has her own name and her own last name. My actions. Forget the image, family. Who cares about the image? Who cares about the image? Forget the damn image. Hey, shalom, bro. They may all receive their shame left and right, straight to Congo. Yo, that was good. That was good, Sid. Gotcha, bitch. Thank you, man. All praises, sis. That's beautiful stuff. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. Oh, there you go, man. And you know what? Hey, sis, this sister right here, man, she's been following. How long you been watching this channel? Since like maybe last year, right? About August, September. And this sister's been supportive the entire time. And even though some things we don't agree upon just yet, we still at least communicate. I appreciate you, sis. I really do. And I look forward to one day flying over there with my wife so you can meet my family. I've already told her we're going over there. I'm just taking care of some, stuff for the family, petitions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, but let's see. And some of those black Hebrews in America claim blacks in Europe, UK, etc. are ham because they never got on ships. They are Africans. That's what they say. Or am I wrong? It's kind of funny, man, because some of those guys may actually be Israel. Yeah. You see, that's why I didn't say that everybody of these people aren't our people. I never said that for every guys. That's why people come over or tell me stuff on Facebook. You're a Hispanic only. Okay, well, what is a Hispanic to you? What does a Hispanic person look like to you, black man? And I'll bet you they'll be like, oh, people that look like you. No, because see, I was born in Guadalajara, right? And there's a lot of different features over there. We got brothers that look kind of like Taínos, Puerto Ricans. We got other brothers that look very Samoanish, others that look very whitish, others that look very like me, and others that look even more like so-called mestizo or native. So for me, it was never an issue. When I came here, it was never an issue. It was always about how you treated me, because I've had so-called white people treat my son, who was autistic and blind, better than my so-called own Hispanic brothers and sisters. And the sad part is that he had one particular black American that was helping him, and he was actually beating him up. He was hurting my son. So I'll never let that happen again. So you tell me. So I've always said it's never been about color, because I told you guys, I was the first one to touch the migration from Israel, crossed over to Asia, into the so-called Bering Strait, the Straits of Anian. That was the first one to do that. Why? Because I saw that we resemble all of those people. Like, for example, los voladores, they only do that in India. My so-called DNA came out of the northern part where the old Haran is, like North Iraq. My brother's DNA came out of India. Mm-hmm. And I'm 92 so-called % native of these lands. Let's continue.
And they have the same attitude. So it's just weird, man. Truth is really a divisive thing. Truth is the real segregation. It divides, but it's beautiful.
You know why I called it true lies? The truth is a lie. That's why. Man, and I like that. What would you say, bro? Let me see that again, man. Is that it? I like that. What did it say? Real eyes realize real lies. Man, that's good, bro. Hold on. That's good, bro. That's very good, man. Let's go to Matthew 23 real quick, all right? So I'm going to show you some stuff. Matthew 23, 28. It says, even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Now, we talked about this. 1 Samuel 15:23. Rebellious is like witchcraft, and arrogance is as iniquity and idolatry. See what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Now you saying that I'm a hypocrite? Hey, listen, I stuck to this, and I didn't like it, and I kept telling to my wife, I don't want to do this anymore. I told brothers, I wanted to shut the channel down and get off Facebook because I was tired of, stuff that people say, man. But it's just funny, man. It was my wife that was like, yeah, you don't sound racist. You just bring truth. But some people don't like it, so they take it like it's racist. Because my wife knows me. I'm not. I don't see black people and I'm going to run. No, or white, I'm going to run you, man. No. Now, when I deal with you, that's a different story. And you should all feel the same way because, again, man, nobody can claim it. Your actions will be able to claim. And like we said, the guy's like, oh, you become 2-3 times worse. Somebody here, please tell me that you came into this understanding and you are sincerely 2-3 times worse. When I was in these rooms, I became an alcoholic again. I started drinking again when I went to IOIC. I was sober almost 3 years. I went into IOIC and I was an alcoholic all over again. Everybody drinks. And these camps always drink. After every camp, they go out and drink. Drinkity drink. Get me that 40. Give me that 40. You see, I didn't get 3 to 4 times worse. I actually got 3 to 4 times better because I'm a man now. Because I love my wife and I take care of my kids and I actually pay attention to them. And I try to teach them the scriptures and I try to look at my actions and I try to repent and say, I try to apologize. And when my wife says, hey, you know what? You did this and I don't appreciate it. I reflect on it and I embrace it. And if she's wrong, I'll correct her. I was never like this. I couldn't pay bills. I was always behind. And you want to know something, fam? When I moved over here, I did not think I was going to be able to do these classes because I didn't have enough space in my home. I had to, trim down a bit. And the offices around here, they're very expensive. 2,000 or 3,000 a month. I had no room in the house, and I was worried. Now, I work from home, so I had to find a little something, at least maybe a little small cubicle, whatever. But a lot of them is like you share with people, so there was no way to do classes. And all of a sudden, man, I'm driving around and I see this corner building. I go, you know what? Call that number. So I call that number, and you will not believe it. I found a 600 square foot office for like 70 cents a square foot, fam. That's unbelievable. Because right now it's like $5 to $30 per square foot. That is only of the Most High, man. Because guess what? I didn't worry about, it wasn't about working. It was like, man, I'm not going to be able to do these classes anymore. How am I going to share this stuff? The Most High allowed it. The Most High allowed it. 1 Kings 22:23. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil concerning thee. That's right, bro. That's right. Baruch 3:9. Let's read this. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Okay, so I'm asking you to just listen to me for a second. All right? Maybe I am actually making a little sense here. Okay? Zephaniah 3:13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, shall not speak lies, nor have a deceitful tongue. Praise it, sis. Man, you want to know why? That's why it's important. It's important because when you think about what that means, well, I told you, when I went into this and found stuff out, and I'm like, man, this is scary, but you know what? I don't care. If we're not Israel, we're not Israel. Then you can't force it. You just can't. So I went in with just whatever comes, I'm going to find whatever it is, man, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't following some stupid, deceitful plan. Because when I was in those rooms, thank you, Al, for letting me know this, bro. When him and I had a conversation, I realized that in all those 4 years that I was with IUIC, even though I was studying and all that, I wasn't fully rooted. That was their job. Once I left, now you see. It's been almost 2 years now since I left. You guys let me know. We won't do iniquity because guess what? Most of you brothers that I talk to and sister, you guys are repentant. You guys are sincerely, breaking down those barriers within you. You're not trying to sin. You battle with them, but you're doing your best to become a better father, better husband, better brother, man, better employee. Hey, shalom, Vladimir. Just a better overall, because a lot of us have a very bad background, man. And we came from gutters and gangsters. So when you see these camps trying to act gangster, we're like, bro, I'm trying to run away from that life. I don't know if you guys realize that a lot of you young kids, you don't know what it was like between 1988 or 85 through 95, 97. You guys have no clue. And see, I grew up in that time. So I saw it all. So there's nothing you guys can come and sit on corners and try to scare people. I'm like, so you're a gangster with a Bible? At least I know now you ain't a gangster with a gun. Because at least, now we can go toe-to-toe on that one. Because when you got a gun, I can't do toe-to-toe. But if you're a gangster with a Bible, guess what? We can do it. All day, every day. All day, every day. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Now, that guy said, TC, I'm going to call him that guy. He's like, you guys are bold now, whatever. No, listen, I've always been very outspoken. But I was very rude. I was very disrespectful. I let people know how I felt, whether you liked it or not. The Most High has educated me to be respectful to my people and to bring truth against the enemy. That's what he's done for me. So if you think this is about me picking up some traits of other people, now, you know what I got rid of? I got rid of anger, because anger brought me into those rooms, and bitterness. And then I realized this doesn't taste good. Because the scripture said, if you have any root of bitterness, you won't even see the kingdom. Proverbs 12:22, lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who deal faithfully are his delight. Man, all praises, bro. And I hope so. And I hope all of you guys do too. I really hope so, man. When I say like, just hold the door, like I'll hold the door, just, make some space. I'm not lying. Because honestly, I don't deserve it, man. I know it sounds like that. I don't feel like I deserve it, fam. I don't. And I've heard some of you brothers say, man, I still don't love myself. I understand that feeling. So walk in meekness, but at the same time, man, you got to gain that love towards yourself. Because listen, if you don't love yourself, you can't love your brethren. Look, the simplicity of the Most High is beautiful, fam. And I'm gonna read you these scriptures real quick, and I'm gonna show you. That's why, Rick, you were mentioning this, man. What's up, bro? Let me see. And the same for me, bro. He's been showing me all kinds of things. Yeah, there you go, my brother. All praises, man. And listen, Rick is older than us. And you know, we all have this walk and this hope and inspiration. I remember Rick told me, man, I kept praying, man, and all of a sudden I found your channel, man. I really appreciate it because it's not just mine, it's yours, bro. The Most High gave it to us. Because if I was asking for donations, then it wouldn't be us, it'd just be about me. And you wouldn't know. Remember, scripture say, man, don't accept gifts because it damages the mind. And that's what happens. It damages the mind. I thought about it, family. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about maybe I should do it because maybe I could, extra cash. And I'm like, nah, bro. Because that's not what it's about. The Most High, us at Raza or Hispanics, we say, listen, Father, just put me in a position where I can, kick butt and work hard. And the rest, leave it to me. Just give me help me with the opportunity, and the rest, leave it to me. And my brother Badamir knows about that. And my brother Solomon knows about that. Just give me the opportunity. I'll take care of the rest. That's a real Israelite. Not somebody that's asking for reparations. Matthew 8:23. And when he entered when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with waves, but he was asleep. So you see, family, everybody was worried, right? But he was asleep. Have faith. Have faith. Because that's the only thing that's gotten us to this point. Faith. What is it? Well, the opposite is false evidence being real. Well, that's fear. But faith is I can't remember it. Faith is like having hope or something. Matter of fact, what's that scripture? Do you guys know it? Let's see. How's it go? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yes. As it goes, 1 Corinthians 2:9. Check this out. I'll get you right now, Al. But as it is written, eyes had not seen. Okay, so you can't see it, nor you heard. No, you can't believe it. I can't, I can't imagine the kingdom, bro. I can't even wrap my mind around it. Neither have entered into the heart of man, meaning the mind, the things which God had prepared for them that love him. And you know what that means? Loving your brother, loving your sister, loving the Most High. The simple things of the laws are love the Most High and love your brother as you love yourself. Those are the two principles because it covers the 10 Commandments and it covers all the sub-laws of 16:13. 16:13. Remember, but as it is written, here, I'll read it this way. However, as the scriptures say, what no one ever saw or heard, what no one ever thought could happen, it is the very thing God prepared for those who love him, regardless of what people said to you. Oh, man, that's good. Sirach 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And you know what? That used to feed me to stay in there. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You're right, bro. You got that anger. Yeah. They did that to you. And the gift destroyed the heart. But you're just Issachar. You're a dumb donkey. You have no contribution to us Judites because, we are the law. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. Meaning they just give you crumbs, fam. You're equal but separate. Faith is to believe in what you cannot see. There you go. That's it. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see the Most High. Yeah, you're right. That's what it says here, man. It is the very thing God prepared for those who love him. Those who love him. Check this out. I'm going to read this to you guys. This is I think I had it. Where did I put it? Oh, did I erase it? I think I erased it. Let me see. I can find it. It's all good. Give me a second. I think it's Mark. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Right. Come on. Is it Mark? Oh, I thought I had it, fam. Hold on. It's the last. Do you guys know I see men as trees walking? When he like cleans up his eyes or something to that effect. When the Messiah spits in his hand. And then he says, I see men as trees walking. If you guys can remember. That would really help me. Oh, I know why. Okay, I know why. Let me get rid of this. I'll go here. Goes again. Here it goes here. I thought I had it. Anyways, fam, look, the scripture that I was looking for was how the Most High sees. There you go. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I would get stuck in that thought. So check this out, family. All right. And he says here, right here, Mark 8:22, and he cometh to Beth Saida, and they bring a blind man unto him. Weren't we not blind? And he besought him to touch him. And he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit in his eyes, remember, the living water, and put his hands upon him, he asked him what he saw. We asked him if he saw aught. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. I see men as trees walking. Okay? So now, I look at this and I'm like, you know what? At one point, we were just like that. Because he helped them on Sabbath, right? Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, lifted him up, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, the water. And man became a living soul. Now he was able to see. Are we not going through that experience? Listen, family, this is why the whole story of Abraham is exactly us. Because Abraham, his father and grandfather and great-grandfather, they weren't keeping the laws of God anymore. No. You know, some people say, oh, it's a new covenant. No, dummies. It's never a new, it was always the covenant. Because Abraham exactly did what we're doing. He wasn't under the laws. He didn't circumcise. So in order for him to come back into the actual fold again, so to speak, he had a sacrifice, right? And what did he have? His son. But the Most High said, no, man, I see more faith in you than actual so-called mandatory laws, because you did it out of faith. And that's why we come in. And as you can see, where did Abraham come from? The Chaldees. And we're going to watch a video because it's time to slice and sever this crap. Listen, I've told you guys before, if we're not the same people, bro, stop trying to be us. We ain't black and you ain't Hispanic. And I mean, black Americans like think they're black, not the ones that say I'm Hispanic. I may look like them, but I know I'm Hispanic. That's what I'm talking about. And you guys will never wrap your mind around that. Because there's a lot of people in Mexico and Central America that are like, no, I'm not black. I'm Central American. Like somebody put up this stupid TikTok. Oh, man, you guys want to fight us? Yeah, let's go and fight. Here, I'll show you. You know, there's black people in Mexico. What do you think they're going to defend? Nah, they ain't going to defend your stupid ass. Excuse my language. They're not going to defend you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know why you think that that'll happen. You think that they're black. They're not black. Now, you think it's blackity black because that's all you know. But that's not what's going to happen. Yeah, hey, man, these are ears to hear. Yeah, I can't deny the feeling, bro. That's for sure. Let me see if I can get this. This is actually, it kind of bothered me a bit. I ain't going to lie. Let me see. I think I sent it to my bro. Hold on. I think I texted to him. Let me see if I can get it back. Let me see. It's like, what the hell? I remember that, bro. That's crazy, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Hey, man, listen, family. I got to show you this. Okay? Say, hey, listen, Vladimir. I'm going to show it, bro. I'm going to show it, bro. I'm going to tell you what happened.
Children, bro. I got children, bro.
Okay.
I'll fight. You want to fight? You want to fight?
Shut up. All right, fam. Listen. Very real, my friends. Hey, listen, man. I'm going to show you this right now because we got brothers, man, that you know, hey, you guys got to start speaking up. This ain't no joke, fam. Because you know what? We're here to protect each other. And this brother right here, this guy was threatening somebody that he knows with a knife.
Children, bro.
And all of a sudden, he went against him and pulled out a knife. Well, no, he went to his house and tried to like do a gun. Man, it was nuts. So then this brother right here, he had to check him, but as you can see, he's talking crap, but walking away. Watch this.
Children, bro. I got children, bro.
Come on.
I'll fight. You want to fight? You want to fight, homie? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You don't got no nuts. That's why you got to pull that shit.
Ooh, look at it in the back pocket right
Yeah,
there.
fucking Canaan, homie, always doing bullshit like that. Fuck you, Canaan. Fuck you, Canaan. I got something too, homie.
Oh, I wanted to show that, man, because you know what this guy did? This man was looking for an address, and all of a sudden, he like went after him with a knife to threaten him. And I'm like, it's pretty common if you're driving around and somebody's looking for an address, you kind of can tell, you know, so you just kind of go around, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. Now, apparently he felt offended. Hey, what was that, bro? Something is going on, that's for sure. I'm not going to say any colors, but you can't see it. Or you mean you can see it? Yeah, I know. I can see it. Oh, I know. It's very clear. It's very clear. Now, going back to this whole concept, this is exactly what I'm talking about, fam. Remember, the Most High on the seventh day technically created man. He created beast on every other day, but on the day that he rested, he gave the understanding. And that's something BHI never understood, nor Christians or anybody. But who am I, right? Hey, I'm a what do they call me? I'm a conquistador. So let me show you this, fam. Hey, Rick, this is for you, bro. Check this out. Wisdom of Solomon 1:1. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Lord, think of the Lord with a good heart, meaning a clean mind, right? Examine yourself if you're in the faith. 2 Corinthians 12:3, 13 and 5. And then 1 Peter 2:1. The first thing you need to do while examining yourself is you get rid of that guile. You get rid of all that nastiness in you. 1 Peter 2:1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice. How do you find out if you're malice? If you have malice? By examining yourself. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. And all guile. How? By examining yourself. And all hypocrisy. And hypocrisies and envies. And by how? How do you figure this out? By examining yourself. And all envy and all evil speaking. So you cannot examine yourself if the whole time you're pointing a finger at other people. How would you have time to examine if you're pointing a finger? You're blaming other people. Like, it's like, why are we blaming? Like, I'm not blaming black people for my hardships or my family. Nah. I know what you guys did. But see, it's our fault because we're stupid. We fell for it. That's how we see it. As newborn babes who has examined themselves, who has looked at the guile and malice and hypocrisy and envy and evil speaking, has sincerely said, man, I'm a piece of crap. I got a lot of work to do. As newborn babes, desire the sincere. By examining yourself, you'll find out too if you're sincere, because then you'll see if you're a hypocrite. Milk of the word. That you may grow thereby, meaning that the only way you grow is by examining yourself and getting rid of these layers of malice, layers of guile, hypocrisy, envies, and all evil speaking. And it takes time, like a tree, which is why when the Most High opens your eyes and says, what do you see? I see men as trees walking. This is what I see in y'all. That's why I said, get rooted. Get rooted. Get rooted. It's very simple, family. It's not complicated. Okay? 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. These are things that I stick to. Look, I've been boxing for a long time, and I stopped for several years. I'm going to go back to it. And the one thing that I've always done, the most important thing in boxing, outside of your stands and your balance and your feet, but when it comes to one punch, is the jab. If you can master the jab, you can probably win any fight. The most simplest punch either sets you up or helps you defend. You can throw in several different angles with a jab. You can even throw power jabs and knock people out with it. There's a way. But you see, you guys are working on the whole most difficult things instead of looking at the simplicity of the Most High. Examine 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourself. That's very simple. Look in the mirror, damn it. What did you do? Who did you hurt? What did you do to yourself? All that debauchery that you went through that you don't want to talk about, examine yourself, because that'll lead to guile and envy and hypocrisy. Because if I have issues within me, I'm going to envy others that are getting rid of theirs. That's where envy comes from, because you haven't examined yourself. So examine yourself, whether ye be in the faith. So it says it once again, that ye may grow thereby. So sincere milk of the word. So that ye may grow thereby. Why? Whether ye be in the faith, meaning are you sincere or are you a hypocrite? Prove your own selves, because I can't tell you, hey, you're doing good. No. Just because you wear fringes, then you go around posting and trying to, disrupt other people also. Or like now you're with the one camp and you've been lying that you've been with other camp. Bro, that's crazy. That's hypocrisy. And you see what I'm saying? It's guile and evil speaking. And now I see envy, which is why you trigger people. You're envious of them, that they may just know more than you. That's sad for you, man. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves. Know that the Messiah, the Meshiacha is in you, meaning his understanding. Except ye be reprobates, meaning if you don't even realize it, if you're not doing this examination, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to learn scripture, yeah, but you're still going to have malice, guile, hypocrisy, envies, and evil speaking. Why am I going there? Because look, wisdom of Solomon 1:1. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, meaning no guile, hypocrisy, envy, evil speaking, right? And in simplicity of the mind, heart, seek him. Oh man, no, I want to know all the dark sayings and what's in Revelation and how does Genesis work? And man, I'm a Percepticon, bro, and I could break people down. And hey, I'm teaching righteousness in the street. Look, I'm making white people kiss my feet. And in simplicity of heart, seek him. Do you think he cares that a white man kiss your boots? Black American or so-called Hispanics? You guys are stupid. I'm straight up stupid. In simplicity of the mind, seek him. You want to know how? 2 big commandments. Love the Most High, with all your power, all your might, all your soul, and love your brethren as you love yourself. Which means love yourself, dummy. Love the Most High and love yourself in consideration that it's not like self-ego love. No, in consideration, like Galatians 6:1. I'm going kind of deep here on here, so I'm going fast, fam. Galatians 6:1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in a spirit of meekness. Like I said, love yourself, love your brethren as you love yourself. Because if you just love you and it's not righteous, you're not going to consider your brother or sister. You're going to point the finger and you're going to be a hypocrite and envy. Because why? Because you envy. Whenever you have something negative to say about somebody, it's usually because you're envy, resentful about something, or because it's usually envy. It's usually envy. So again, if any man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, discipline, considering thyself. 2 of the biggest commandments, the simplicity. Love the Most High and love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you're also considering your brother. So again, it's kind of like 3 in a piece, but it's a twofold thing. It's a very simple process. Lest thou also be tempted. That's why it says simple. It's very simple. Don't complicate things. Like these camps I've been doing. Love righteousness, wisdom of Solomon 1:1. Ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord with a clean heart, good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. Oh, there you go, bro. Thank you. Matthew 22:40. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. For he will be found, wisdom of Solomon 2:1. For he will be found of them that tempt him not. Meaning you're not trying to sin. You know what? My leader told me I can get a wife on the side without my wife knowing. Bro, you tempting the Most High. Oh, I can have sex with prostitutes because it's a transaction. For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and show himself unto such as do not distrust in him. Because guess what? This walk ain't easy, fam. You think I wasn't unsure what the hell I was finding out, man? I was like, oh my God, this is a rabbit hole here, and I'm scared. God, and I find out that a lot of our people, like a good 70%, are not really are people, and then a good portion of them. I mean, that's a high percentage of people that are in this stuff, and you'd be surprised how a lot of people are not your people. It's crazy, man. For froward thoughts separate from God, and His power, when it is tried, reprove the unwise. Now we see ISUPK, Sakari fighting in the streets, Sakari with guns, GMS going buck nutty, talking about raping women. Comedics, now it's okay. Now they're talking about this so-called bro polite. He got, convicted of rape. He's a sexual psychopath. Sex psychopath, that's what it's called under the law. For froward thoughts separate from God and is in His power, when it is tried, meaning when you mess with Him, reprove it the unwise. For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. You see that? So they know Scripture, but we see now that they have no wisdom, because it will not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Why? Because for the Holy Spirit of the discipline, that's what it is, will flee the sea. You see, when you're not, and discipline is basically allowing you to understand how to change. Because a lot of times what these people seek for is change to gain power, not change to be a servant of your family, of your brothers. When it gives you that much power, man, you got to be even more meek than anything. Why do you think Moses was like that? He didn't want to be a leader, bro. You crazy, man. It's not. I didn't want this channel. I didn't want this. I don't know. But then again, I think about, well, what would I have done? And remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. Yeah, that's right. Humble yourselves. Hey, but listen, if they don't humble themselves, Rick, this is what happens to them. 1 Peter 13:1. Wherefore, gird up thy loins of your mind. Be sober. Gird up the loins of your mind. Let me read it in a better, easier way. 1 Peter 13. So then, have your minds ready for action. Keep alert. And set your hope completely on the blessings which will be given you when the Meshiacha is revealed. So let me read it now. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. Okay? So study up, family. Blessed is he that readeth. And hope to the end for the grace, meaning the hope that you make it. Repent. That is to be brought unto you at the revelation of the Meshiacha, meaning at the end. As obedient children, not fashion yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. And we see a lot of that. Wisdom of Solomon 1:3. For froward thoughts separate from God and His power. When it is tried, reprove it the unwise. See that? So they're not sober. A lot of them go get drunk. Even our brethren, they're over there getting drunk, not girding up their loins. No. Not girding up their loins. No, they're not. They're like, oh man, no, I got this, bro, because I'm out there teaching in the street. Now, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Ephesians 6:17. Watch what it says. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High God. The helmet of salvation. It says, gird up the loins of your mind and be sober. So now it's telling you, not only do you be sober, not only are you supposed to study, but when you have this, use it as a helmet to save you from all these fiery darts. It's very clear. And we're seeing a lot of fiery darts that you ended up falling to. And we still have brothers in there. Thank God that a lot of you guys are coming out. But this is the point why Peter said this. 1 Peter 5:8, be sober again. Be vigilant, meaning be mindful, be prudent. Watch your thoughts. Think of your ways. Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. I'm sorry, no. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, witchcraft, as a roaring lion, witchcraft, BHIs, ISUPK, IUC, all those guys, right? Walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Oh, you guys are our people. But, you got to look black, because right now you're just mixed. and you know what I mean. You're mixed with a white man, so you're kind of Neanderthal, because you know you ain't because your dad was because your dad was a long time ago black. Okay, let's continue. Watch this. Uh-oh, we got a problem. I think we're getting attacked now, family. See? For some reason now I can't see it. That is crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can upload it again. Because I know. You're attacking me. That's good. That's cool. That's cool, man. I got you. I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. Don't treat it. Don't treat it. Let's check this out, family. Let me see if I can download this again. And we'll call it this one too. No, we'll just keep it like that. Yep, replacing, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's check it out, fam. Let's check it out. Check it out. Here goes. Wow. Okay, so let's do this. Fine. You don't want me to play it. It's okay, devil. It's okay. I got you.
To provide an education to adults of color. He petitioned the state legislature to provide an education to adults of color. He petitioned the state legislature to grant to all citizens of color the right to own real property and to vote in all elections. He also served as a special deputy to the English Grand Lodge and was armed with the charge to travel throughout the colonies to determine the number of subordinate Caucasian lodges still operating as such in the New World. The question of extending Masonry arose when Absalom Jones of Philadelphia appeared in Boston in 1791. He was an ordained Episcopal priest and a Freemason who was interested in establishing a Masonic lodge in Philadelphia. Black men from Providence, Rhode Island also traveled to Boston to inquire about Masonry. At a subsequent assembly in 1791, the African Grand Lodge was formed by delegations from Philadelphia, Providence, and New York. Prince Hull served as its first Grand Master and remained in this capacity until his death. African Lodge in Philadelphia and Hiram Lodge in Providence came under the aegis of this Grand Lodge in 1797. Prince Hull died December 4th, 1807.
Listening to these dates? Are you guys listening to these dates? I thought almost every single black person was enslaved at this time. Oh, but when I was bringing out the slaves of 1830, black Americans having slaves in 1830, slave owners of 1619, all these years, right? Nah, that's a lie. It's just one conquistador, like Sakari, the gorilla dude said. Just one conquistador. So if you got black people in power who are Masons and passing laws to favor black people, how the hell were you in slavery? Oh, that's right. It's called antebellum. Oh, that's right. That's why you have nothing to prove prior to 1865. Because everything you complain about is, segregation and Jim Crow law and 1964 Civil Rights Act. That's after 1865. So how come you don't complain prior to? Because there's no pictures about you guys prior to 1865. Those pictures that you guys do use are actual pictures of lands that you used to work that were yours. Because I found videos where black people were actually on horses in those old videos. I wish I would have saved it. But let's continue. Oh, no. Let me read this. Proverbs 12:5 says, the plans of the righteous are just, but the advice of the wicked is deceitful. Now, the plans of the righteous, this technically isn't our plans, because the Most High, when we're sleeping, he puts that, information in there once and twice. You know what I'm saying? If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. But the advice of the wicked is deceitful. Yeah, look at this. Lodges, Masonry, Divine Nine, Freemason, Eastern Star. Like, we never knew you black people had access to this. So now we know that your little barbecues that you make those movies on, like long traveling, like Ice Cube, we're gonna go see the family, and they were in purple and yellow. Remember that? And it was a lot of you guys weren't cousins. You guys were Masons, Divine Nines. You know what I mean? Like, well, you don't understand how it was for us black people when it was back then. It was so hard for us. And we had to go in here and get. Well, guess what? There was such a thing as no sticks and dogs allowed. We were always the help to this very day. We are the help. So that movie about the help, that's not even about you black people. It's about us. Damn, man. You're just demons. Let's go.
A broken column monument marks his gravesite in Copp's Hill Cemetery in Boston. At a General Assembly of the Craft in 1808, the name African Grand Lodge was changed to Prince Hall Grand Lodge, free and accepted Masons of Massachusetts. The Deputy Grand Master, Brother Nero Prince.
Grand Master. Okay? Grand Master. So now now we know why that after 1865, only 27 years later, or 30, you guys have black colleges. Psalms 101 and 7. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. That's right, baby. Gotcha, bitch. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. So again.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Who are you?
You're not the people of the book.
Became Prince Hall's successor as Grand Master, followed by George Milton, then Peter Lew, and then the well-known John T. Hilton, who recommended a Declaration of Independence from the English Grand.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Let's go back. Matter of fact, we need to go back, fam. This is heavy. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause on this because I want you guys to pay attention. Okay, let's go.
To provide an education to adults of color. He petitioned the state legislature to grant to all citizens of color the right to own real property and to vote in all elections.
Hold on a second. Hold on, my West African individual here. Whose lands were they able to access? Is this why I have his book? Okay, I'm gonna show you this, fam. You see the lies? You see what I'm saying? You see why I get mad? This is why I get mad. You guys think this is a joke? Like, oh, you spigs, get out of here. You don't belong in this country. We built this country. Oh, really? Oh, now I know what you mean, Dr. Whatever your Uman dumbass is. Excuse my language. Actually, not for that one. Ass is not a bad word. That ass is in the Bible. Oh, Hispanics only use you when you got that power. Like, bro, shut up. We know now you a snake. Like Nate. Like the purple. Like purple rain. Yeah, now I understand why they call them the purple LGBTQs. It's sad, man. This is sad. Salesy family, this is sad because you know what? This reminds me of this scripture here. Hey, remember they went to Deuteronomy all the time. You white people did this to us. Nah. En contraire, mon frère. This is actually you. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Y'all were Freemasons, Eastern Star, Divine Nines, Boulets, Kappa Gamma Lama, so-called Greeks, wannabe Greeks, because you guys aren't even Greeks. That completely decimates your whole doctrine. It's pretty stupid that you guys but it's okay. I don't know, whatever. And that man Maximus, I'm finding out he wasn't even black. But hey, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's not salvation. This is salvation. That you understand who the stranger is and that he's going to get above you very high. And you, my brothers and sisters, will come down very low. My sister in Aruba, you see how you've come down, your family has come down very low, and you got white and black people in power. What's going on in Haiti? Uncivilized, right? And it says here, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Are they not telling you Hispanics to get out their so-called country? Now you got black Americans telling you that is their country. For real. That's what they're saying. They're saying, well, you know. Yep. Nah, you're right, bro. I got a message. Fact is that a lot of masonry in the movie Harriet as well. Yeah, Harriet Truman. Yeah, she was a Mason all day, every day. The color purple. All that is really, what do you call it? It's just a way to create empathy. Remember the propaganda, right? He uses the masses in order for what? He uses the masses. What do they call it? A manipulation of the masses requires invisible, people that create information. Watch this, family. I'm gonna show you this link real quick. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Hold on. I don't know. You know what? Let's finish this real quick.
He also served as a special deputy to the English Grand Lodge and was armed with the charge to travel throughout the colonies to determine the number of subordinate Caucasian lodges still.
Do you hear what he said? Watch this.
Number of subordinate Caucasian determine the number of subordinate Caucasian lodges still operating as such in the new.
Subordinate Caucasian So let's look at the word subordinate. If I don't know how to spell it, family, excuse me. Look at this, family. Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Subordinate means lower in rank, a person under the authority or control of another within an organization. Holy moly, Jesus. So you're telling me that since this time you guys had white people in subjugation? I told you guys. I freaking said it. They've been enslaving white folks too. But you guys wouldn't believe me. No, it was black people. Black people were enslaved. Why do you think they're so proud of that book called Nature Knows No Cuddle Line? They're telling you everything in your face. But no, you guys are stupid. You want to be in these camps. You want to be black. Blackity black. And you guys ain't even black. And I'm talking about like West Africans. But then again, if you're in there, maybe you want to be, bro. Go ahead, man. And I feel bad for you so-called Hispanics that already gave your daughters to these fools. Oh, my God. Punishment. You hoard out your daughters. That's so sad, man. Y'all hoard out your daughters to the worst people that the Bible said not to mix with. Why do you think he told Abraham not to mix with them Canaanites? But no, you don't listen because they're deceitful.
Subordinate Caucasian lodges still operating as such in the New World. The question of extending Masonry arose when Absalom Jones of Philadelphia appeared in Boston in 1791.
1791, this man had power. So obviously his family had power, which means they were slaves, right? They had slaves. So who were the slaves? Parte sequitur ventrum, making sure that native women, they would go into slavery. If they captured native women, they would be in slavery, perpetual slavery, and used as a vessel to spit out your nasty ass babies. That's why some of you black women, or you so-called black men, look like natives, which is why you roll with them. And you don't have our spirit. Because you may have a equiline nose and all that, but you still act like them because you are them. You see, I'm going to show you something. This is the funny part, man. Look, Prince Hall, the ultimate Hellenized captive. You see? Even then, they're like, oh, it's just because they're Hellenized. No. How in the world did you guys get land here? You mean just out of nowhere? Like just out of nowhere? Some secret source? Something we didn't know about? You guys just kind of popped up out of nowhere? How did you get these lands? The doctrine of discovery. Remember, these people in power, right? 17 and change, right? That's about what is that? 35 years prior to the doctrine of discovery, which they use to manifest their entire takeover of this continent, of the North. And remember, the Monroe Doctrine, they use that to take over the entire continent, supposedly. So these people have been deceivers. The three eagles, the people in media, you know the Khazars, the people in sports, you know these guys, and the people in government. It's getting a lot clearer for me, family. Let's continue.
Appeared in Boston in 1791. He was an ordained Episcopal priest and a Freemason.
A priest and a Freemason. Let's go.
Who was interested in establishing a Masonic lodge in Philadelphia. Black men from Providence, Rhode Island, also traveled to Boston to inquire about Masonry. At a subsequent assembly.
You hear that? They inquired, but I thought you guys were slaves. Then remember, the 13 colonies had slaves. So who were these slaves? Galatians, let me get that real quick. Galatians 4:16. I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth. That's true, bro. That's true. We are enemies of them. Some of us have brothers or even fathers, man, that we don't talk to because we brought this out to you guys. And you don't even talk to me. My brother, like I told him, he's a Christian. Nah. I love everybody. And you guys are in these camps. You guys are dissing your sons, and you're losing the relationship with your son that the Most High actually put back in your life. And because you didn't self-examine yourself, because there's still guile and envy and hypocrisy in you, you're gonna lose the one thing that the Most High put back in your hands to hopefully, help break the clods and break that fallow ground and plant that seed and keep watering it in your hands and protecting your son, regardless of how old he is or she is. But you're so stuck on this power trip because you don't want to see how much of a effed up father you were. Those are facts. And I can speak on it because I was like that. Matthew 11:12, and from the days of John the Baptist until now the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. Yeah, man. This is really a heavy point right here, family. If you really think about what's going on, remember, we were at war since 1492. We became independent, so to speak, in 1821. And then the Monroe Doctrine was written in 1823. And then through the Doctrine of Discovery in 1846, Mexico went to war with America. And in 1848, it was over. Guess who took these lands? Oh, and in 1870, the Buffalo Soldiers massacred our people. And they still celebrate it. I wonder why.
Providence, Rhode Island also traveled to Boston to inquire about Masonry. At a subsequent assembly in 1791, the African Grand Lodge was formed by delegations from Philadelphia, Providence, and New York. Prince Hall served as its
petitions to abolish slave trade and slavery, right? Because guess what? White people were getting enslaved. It wasn't because of us. It's because white people were getting enslaved. And I guess some other people too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a war trip, right? Let's continue.
first Grand Master and remained in this capacity until his death. African Lodge in Philadelphia and Hiram Lodge.
African Lodge in Philadelphia. Why do you think that Drew Ali, the Canaanite, they give you a hint? The Canaanite. See, if they weren't Canaan, they would have came in with the Hebrews, right? But no, Canaans with a little bit of a Muslim twist. Remember, family, in 17 and change, and in 18 and change, and in, not even in 1920, did we have more than 15% of our people in Mexico and Central and South America that were literate. But you had black people already reading and writing and going to school and college at this time, and already being governors and passing laws. And you still are saying that the Gentiles, when they find out that they're not Israel, TCA, bro, I thought you knew better, man. You are finding out that your own people are probably not Israel. Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you, a good 10% of y'all maybe are. And I'm going to show you. And listen, this isn't just for them. It's for you Khazars too, because you're part of the damn thing. Don't forget, I'm coming after you, Toe.
In Providence came under the aegis of this Grand Lodge in 1797. Prince Hall died December 4th, 1807. A broken
1807, here we go. And he wrote what?
column monument marks his gravesite in Copp's Hill Cemetery in Boston.
But I thought black people were like trash and everything. You guys were like at the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? Willie Lynch, bro. Willie Lynch. I thought they were backbreaking y'all. Backbreaking y'all. I found out in jail, you guys are the ones that are butt breaking. Yeah, that's another class I got coming. Oh, yeah. The definition of mayate, what it really means. Let's go.
At a General Assembly of the Craft in 1808, the name African Grand Lodge was changed to Prince Hall Grand Lodge, free and accepted Masons of Massachusetts. The Deputy Grand Master, Brother Nero Prince, became Prince Hall's successor as Grand Master, followed by George Middleton, then Peter Lew, and then the well-known John T. Hilton, who recommended...
You see this? How many? Dude, we saw like 4 or 5 people, right? In power. In prestige. My mom never made more than $8 an hour in this damn country that you guys took. You know, we were doing this. That's why my childhood is kind of, I have mixed emotions about it. Because when I was young, before I came here, my childhood was good, man. I was a good kid. Played sports, played soccer. Used to fight all the time. My dad didn't want to put me in boxing just yet. My brother was in it. His brother, my uncle, he was a well-known boxer. You called him, well, everybody was called El Gallo, but he was well-known. And not in Zapopan. And where was he out of? Man, I can't remember. El Fresno, El Fresno, like that. So anyways, I remember we were doing okay. But then we came here, and it just was chaos. I moved into a neighborhood where it was like chaotic. People were drunk, getting high, people getting shot. Homeboys are jumping the break dancers, and you know what I mean? They were fighting with the negros. Negros were coming over shooting and stabbing. That's why I had mixed emotions about my childhood. I was like, man, I don't want to be here. I want to go back. We came into chaos. And I know why it doesn't stop. You see, there's a scripture that talks about this. And I'm so glad that this is going to happen to you. Because look, listen, family, and whether you believe me or not, I don't care. I have 4 kids in their 20s and in the teenage, close to 10, and a very young one. And every single time I look at my daughters, I think about partes sequitur ventrum. Seriously. In 1662, that law was passed where if they captured my daughter, they would be enslaved perpetually. And they would be used as prostitutes or just breeders. Okay? And it was black folks and white folks that were in power that were buying and selling our women. I showed you the picture. So when I see my daughters, I don't just see my daughters. I see all of our sisters. I see my mom. I see my wife. I see my kids. I think of the video. You know, the video that I showed you guys about the sister that's running away from the dogs. I see all of that. And I think about our people. I don't just look at my kids and say, and you brothers that actually talk to me, you know that I'm not faking it. You know how I feel. So for you that don't believe, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't bother me if you don't believe. I don't care. Because I'm for the first time I'm telling you this right now, I don't care what you guys believe anymore.
Whatever you're
I don't care if you don't believe this chat. If you call it a show, call it a show. It's a show, bro. Yeah, it's a show. You know why? Because it's not for everybody. Because it's a show to those that are looking for a show. And it's not entertaining enough for you. That's why you call it a show. So whenever I see my children or my family, I see y'all. Because I know that we suffered tremendously. It happened in Lahaina. Oh, sis, oh my God, sis. You know what? Yeah, sis. So for all you brothers and sisters that want to separate yourselves, you got to remember our migration came from the east to the west. So we did mix with a lot of the natives. And just me, I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not saying all of them are, all Islanders are people, but they do express a particular type of spirit that I relate to because it's about family, togetherness, taking care of our parents, our elders. That's how Raza is. That's how people in Asia are. And not that Asia doesn't mean just Asian looking. I'm talking about India and Arab nations. We take care of our parents. And some of you guys that live in this country know exactly who doesn't do that. And there's a couple shades that are very prominent to sending their parents to, those homes for older people. So whenever I see my family, I see this. Yes, family, that did happen, okay? They did feed our families to dogs. Yes, they weren't just white. They were black people. So when Bartolomé de las Casas is writing these letters, and he's like so like thrown back by like the debauchery and the murder and the raping that's going on to our family, like people, right? And he's like, man, listen, this got to stop. You know what I mean? This has to stop. They're writing letters to Queen Isabella. Queen Isabella's like, oh, you got to tell them to stop. But they weren't doing it. That's why de las Casas supported the slavery of black people, but not to enslave in a sense, more like, listen, I like to help, but man, they're pushing it. But what do we see people acting like? Who's robbing these stores? Who's doing the killing? Who's doing the murdering? Who comes from the history of called agravios, meaning when Spaniards had towns by the natives, their black servants were the ones robbing and stealing the natives in their neighborhoods. It's a show of separation. No Tower Babel. Every race is going back to the people. Bye-bye 12-tribe chart. Bye-bye Christianity, man. That's right, sis. So again, the stranger, Deuteronomy 28:43, the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. We're seeing it right here. Let's go.
Declaration of Independence from the English Grand Lodge in 1827, and the assumption of powers and prerogatives.
So see, 1827, fam. Remember, we're getting our lands taken. They understood where the cattle was. They understood where the oil was. They understood that we had massive territory there, but they took it. You see, black people started migrating west. How you guys get in California? How you guys here? And when did you get here? And then the nerve of these black folks that are suing these white people because supposedly it took their land. I'm like, wait a minute, black American. You know, California wasn't even yours. So that land doesn't even belong to you. So why are you suing the white man for something that don't belong to you? So now, are we going to get reparations? Family, listen, some of us need to go to the courthouse up in Sacramento and really go out there and stand up and show, listen, if you want reparations, first you got to face this history of yours. Because look at this. Janelle Richardson, thank you for showing and exposing truth. It may be uncomfortable, but it helps to grow in knowledge and opens my eyes. What do you mean? That you guys aren't Israel? No, you still think you are. You see, your total belief has come from this. This is your origin, black Americans. You have been part of Masonry since the beginning of time. And now you want to say, oh, it's just that we had unrighteous prophet. You came and took the land, stole the land. What does the Bible say? That Israel will actually steal land, and then in the process of stealing somebody's land, they will find out that, oh, that's right, we're Israel. Where does it say that in the Bible? Isaiah 13:14, and it shall be as a chase row. Let me read it this way. I'm gonna read it this way. Let me get it. That's good, bro. That's good. Let me do it regular so people can see it. Okay, by the way, I'm doing translations because the brother was telling me, you know, and I appreciate that, man. Let's do it. And the foreigners living in Babylon will run away to their homelands, scattering like deer escaping from hunters, like sheep without a shepherd. Yeah, you know why? Because they're running, bro. Hey, what happened to the guy that was supposed to debate me yesterday? Where you at, Ak? I'm right here. I'm still waiting. Sakari, IUIC, ISUPK, GMS. I'm still waiting. Look, if you guys are watching in secret, hit the link. I'll turn on my camera. Hit the link. FOPE, FOPE, FOPP. Hit the link. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Let me read that again. Anyone who is caught will be stabbed to death. See that? But it says here, everyone that is found among them too shall be thrust through. Why, sis? Why? Because the sister said it. Separation. Everyone's going back to their own people. So, Hispanic brothers and sisters, what are you going to do when they tell you, listen, you Hispanics are not Israel? What are you going to do when they kick you guys out? What are you going to do? Are you going to run, create another sect and say, no, we're the 12-type chart still? Or no, listen, so-called Hispanics, we were wrong. We've been telling you this the whole time. But no, you preach these stupid, stupid ass, because ass is not a bad word, stupid ass doctrine 1 Corinthians 15:52. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, in a snap, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So you guys know that, us so-called Hispanics, right, under their doctrine, we're corrupt because we mixed our seed. So what does this mean? It means this. Since we mix, and then eventually we'll be changed, well, guess what? Philippians 3:21. Who shall change our vile body? Oh, I'm Hispanic. I got white skin, man. I don't got woolly hair. I don't got woolly hair, bro, and I can't run as fast as you. Who shall change our vile body? That it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Who's he? The Messiah. And what do they say that he looks like? Black, blackety black. You get my point? It says that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the workings whereby he may be able to subdue all things unto himself. So these guys are saying, listen, when the Most High returns, don't worry about it. Don't worry about your woolly. No woolly, no problem. No woolly, no problem. When the Messiah returns, you'll have it back. And it'll be like staticky, man. You'll be loving to brush your hair and all that. Bro, you'll fly, you'll be muscular, and you'll be able to dunk 20 feet high. That's the doctrine of devils, family. Doctrine of devils. Hit the link. You that's watching in secret. You that obeys the law, hit the link.
As an independent Grand Lodge. During this most significant period of Masonic growth, Masonry spread throughout the colonies. Many lodges and Grand Lodges were formed under the authority of the Prince Hall Grand Lodge.
Many lodges. Many. Oh my God, bro. I crossed the border, man. I didn't cross it, but when I was little, they crossed me. In my own land, I was told I had to prove that I was of this land. Can you believe that? But they don't ask these people, hey, are you from America? Where your green card, Negro? No, they got so-called Negroes telling us, hey, you need to go back to Mexico. Build a wall. Build a wall. That's what you guys said. Build the wall. Build a wall. You don't belong here. Build a wall. You're a spick being a wetback. Build a wall because this is our country. Oh, go cry to someone else. We took it. Come get it. Come get it. That's what they say. Come get it. Like, what? You really want us to come get it, bro? Hold on. He's like, come get it. I go, man, are you sure you want us to come get it, bro? Because you know what I mean? When a raza makes up their mind, it's like they say, we're like burros, fam. We're like burros. When raza makes up their mind, there's no stopping us. That's the difference between us and you guys. Watch this. Here it goes. There's right. Okay, here we go. Watch. I'm gonna show you this. The nerve, right? The nerve, bro. The nerve. So let me pause a little here. Little pause here. We stopped at 1:14. Remember the time, family, at 1:14. Okay, we stopped at 1:14. So let's listen to this idiot real quick. All right. So these guys like to talk. Let them talk, man. I'm not worried about it. 2:14. Sorry. Okay. So let's listen in and let's listen to this ruckedness. So see, we understand now who these people are. So don't sweat it because the time will come. Well, it will happen. And let's see if you're really about it. All right.
Tell me how you really feel. Tell us.
I got you, bro. Hold on for a minute. Cause you can't. It ain't but three of them. It ain't but three of y'all. No, y'all can't make us know. Even if we go back through history, it done always been us having to come say y'all motherfucking ass. Cause y'all couldn't do nothing with them white folks. Since y'all so big and bad, why y'all couldn't do nothing to them folks when they were taking y'all motherfucking babies at the border? Why y'all couldn't do who was standing up for y'all? 10-toe down. Even when the white folk ain't want y'all over here. We was. And if we go back to slavery times, boy, we was the ones that were fighting back. That's why they call it the Gullah Wars. We had to go help y'all because y'all couldn't do nothing. What is you talking about? Man, look, don't get what y'all do to them Bloods and them Crips out there in California. Whatever little boy y'all got going on fucked up with all black folk, boy. Because that ain't how it gonna go down, boy. Y'all, you sit your little ass down somewhere now. That ain't that many y'all. Hey, nigga, Y'all ain't nowhere but Mexico. We all over this motherfucker. You know that black folks in Mexico, right? You know that, right? Y'all hide them from us. Y'all don't want us to see them. But it's black folks in Mexico, so whose side you think? Y'all better sit y'all little ass down somewhere. Can't even be El Chapo. He in prison. Bro, right? He right. Y'all can't even beat that small group of dope boys. What the fuck you think you gonna do with all us? Man, you better sit your little ass down somewhere. You ain't in nowhere but Mexico. Ain't but three of y'all. Ain't but three. They wouldn't even be found. Hell wrong, y'all, man. Them folk got to go in laboratories and create diseases and shit in order to beat us because their guns don't work. The fuck is wrong with you? Man, boy, get your ass out of here, boy. Go sit your ass down at the pyramids and pray. The hell wrong with you, boy? Cause them white folk look at y'all just like they look at us. Use the N-word to them. You in the same category we in. You can't tell by the way they treat you? When black folks link up, the FBI and the CIA, all the government officials link up. Cause it's finna be some shit. When y'all link up, they slap you on your ass and send you to the corner.
Hey, family, you know, this would actually have this. It would make me more upset if I didn't know what I know, because there's a little bit of my flesh that's getting a little bothered. But it's like I'm not as bothered anymore because I see the stupidity with your woman here, bro. What is wrong with that? First of all, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Who raised you? Like, for real?
Bruh. Wait a minute. Who are you?
What these days? Oh, the what? Nah, bro, listen. First of all, get off your horse, because you're like, oh, even we got people in Mexico. Okay, really? All right, cool. Sounds good. Let me show you. All right, I'm gonna show you something. Because it ain't about how we look. It's how we feel. Okay? It's not what we look like. It's how we feel. So you may think that somebody that may kind of look like you, oh, that's my bro. Nah, bro. You better watch it. Because guess what? You focus too much on stupidity. And that's the problem with you Canaanites. So let me show you a little bit of this brother right here, and then I'll take it off because they'll block my channel, all right?
Me la paso tranquilo con la mirada arriba, pero siempre trucha cuidándome de la tira. Para cualquier problema, mi flota está activa. La vida es un riesgo, eso siempre me motiva. Si te agarran de...
Anyhow, just letting you know, Canaan, it don't matter what we look like. Let's continue, because this is entertaining. It honestly shouldn't bother you, fam. Because guess what? What'd you say, bro? Let me read that real quick. They're going to start first when the economy goes down. Oh, damn right, bro. Black New York mayor already pointing finger. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, you're like, oh, we can't handle it no more. He's a Democrat. Oh, I know, bro. Hey, listen, this whole thing is about going against us. And I'm telling you, they're going to go to, that whole W thing against. And that's when you're going to see the C and the R getting involved. Oh, man, it all leads to Meshiacha. There's a reason why we are being woken up first. Well, I shouldn't say we, because, they say support. I'm from Peru. Fine. There's a reason why a lot of you, this message is going to you guys first. Because I got Taino brothers. They don't believe me. No, we're the same people. Why did you have black in there? Because you don't understand what is. Are you Hispanic? Yeah. Well, you look kind of black. Well, yeah. Well, then I'm talking to you, dummy. Do I got to say black to talk to you? Because we got Hispanics that are light-skinned. And they don't have a problem with me saying Hispanic because they understand what they are. And we got a brother right there, Mexican Moreno. He doesn't have to say, oh, no, he's not talking to me. He's talking to me. But it's the spirit that beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. He don't realize civil rights movement was, yeah, bro, he's stupid. It's just dumb. Oh, nah, man. Listen, you guys were always in cahoots with the white man. I already showed you guys that the Africans were holding the pennant for the Spaniards everywhere they went. You guys forget? You guys brought the smallpox to Mexico? Negro? Hey, remember, I'm going to do a class on what the meaning of mayate is. And it's not racist. I love it now. Now I'm glad I know what the word mayate means, because now I'm going to call you guys that. Because it's not about color. It's something else your spirit carries. Let's go.
The authority of the Prince Hall Grand Lodge. Today, There are over 1 million Prince Hall Freemasons and approximately 50,000.
Wait, whoa. Hold on your horses right here. Let's listen to this again.
1 million Prince Hall Freemasons, approximately 50,000 lodges in 44 jurisdictions throughout.
1,050,000 lodges in 44 districts or 50, whatever. 1 million, fam. This was in 1800. How many of the so-called Africans landed in America? Who can tell me? I'm going to throw that question out, and I'm not going to continue until you guys answer it. How many so-called black Americans came to America in the so-called slave trade? And you know why I say so-called? Come on, man. I want to interact with y'all. And by the way, hey, Vladimir, if you're available, bro, jump on. If you're driving, jump on, bro. You two, all will be revealed. Alicia, if you want to come, sis, we're welcome to come. Rick, too. All will be revealed. Al, all of y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot. I didn't even look that. Oh, hey, shalom, shiz. Let me see. Where's that? I saw it. Oh, wow. Nice to have you, sis. Nice to have you, sis. Where you at? Covina Palomina. Shalom, family. Thank you, brother, for bringing out the real truth. Oh, man, thank you for supporting, seriously, because the support that I'm looking for, it ain't coins, it's spirit. You guys pray for me that I battle, man, and I try not to sin, and it's, man, I get challenged with so much. And you guys know, man, I come from a very alcoholic background, so the temptations are always there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I think he said 1 million members first, then lodges after. Yeah, I know. But how many black Americans came to America through the so-called transatlantic slave trade? Do you guys know? How many? Was it 1 million? Was it under 1 million? Was it over 1 million? Do you guys need an answer? Because seriously, I'm not moving on until you answer it. Give me any number. I don't care if you're wrong, fam. This is where we learn. We didn't know any of this. How many black Americans came? Okay, I'll answer it. Statistically showing that there was supposed to be 12 million blacks from West Africa, okay? The majority landed in Central and South. Now we understand why Mexico blocked a lot of Africans from being there. So now there was only 300,000 to 400,000 black Americans here in America. So if it's at this time, because I think he's talking not present tense, yeah, 12.5. So if it's at this time, no, not 12.5 million in America, in all of this continent, only 300,000 to 400,000 were sent to America. So he's saying 1 million of people in lodges, right? So that means that the majority of them. Let's go.
Of the United States. It takes 3 more lodges to form a Grand Lodge. Hannibal Lodge number 1 of San Francisco, Philomathian Lodge number 2 of Sacramento, and Victoria Lodge number 3 of San Francisco are the.
That what are they doing in San Francisco? I thought you guys were Africans. How in the world are you in San Francisco? Yeah, because they actually took it and started it, fam. You have no idea how deep this goes, this rabbit hole. Oh, look at this. Yeah, you see? Yahusha, Matthew 24:2. Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be here let one stone up another, and that shall not be destroyed. I'm not making fun of the scriptures. I'm making fun of this person. You still don't see it. It's like you lifted up the stone and it says, and it's a mirror right there, right? It's like the stone under what you lifted up is there's a mirror right there. And you're like, hey, there's a mirror, man. Wow, this is crazy. What's this mirror doing? Like, this mirror is so amazing. Look what I found. You see, they're lying to us. I found the mirror, and that mirror is your fucking face. The whole time you're looking at yourself, saying, look, listen, you are not Israel. You are these wicked-ass nations. Phoenicia, Canaan, like Psalms 83. Now we know what Psalms 83 stands for. No more tricking us. Psalms 83:2. For lo, thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. For they have taken crafty counsel, Freemasonry, Divine 9. Let's act like they enslaved us. So that's why you play chess and you confuse people. And you make a game like, hey, listen, we're going to say that we enslaved you. And then we're going to kind of like, kind of team you with them. So then we can then bring them on board. And like, because remember, it's better to keep the enemy close. Get your enemies closer. So by that closeness, you make them assume we're the same people, but spiritually, they're destroying you. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Listen, black folks, you guys weren't hidden. You guys are secret. You were hidden in a sense of evilness. Now we know who you are. Let's go.
3 lodges that formed the Grand Lodge, free, ancient, and accepted Masons, organized in San Francisco, California, on Tuesday, June 18th, 1855. Hence,
you see how proud he is? 1835, fam. We were losing. They wrote the Monroe Doctrine at that time, and they took the Doctrine of Discovery and used it in court to take over the rest of America. Well, who was making laws to favor black people? Black people of America.
the 9th Grand Lodge was formed. The fraternity now holds the distinguished title of Most Worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge, free and accepted Masons of the state of California, Incorporated.
So now let's listen to another idiot. Knowledge is power. Where do we go from here? Where are the true Bible believing churches and assemblies of the living Lord to gather together, east, west, north, and south? You see this? Oh, that's a good question. Where do we go from here? All praises to the Most High. Because remember, family, how long were we going through this whole confusion of spirit? Like, man, I don't know if I'm Israel. I don't know, And we're all kind of very broken, but at the same time, we're hoping for the Most High to give us an opportunity. Like, please. And right now, more than ever, fam, don't be arrogant. Be extremely happy that repentance in the kingdom is at hand. That it's not far from you. That the whole thing about the Most High dwelleth in you. That you see yourself, that you see others as you see yourself. When I see my brothers, I see myself. When I see my children, I see myself. When I see myself, I see my children, and I see you guys. The simplicity. Remember, this guy said, oh, man, yeah, the TCS said, oh, you're 3 times worse, and blah, blah, blah. And we see that about them, right? But a lot of us so-called Hispanics, we didn't go that route. We were actually getting rid of the layers. Now, you got several of them that are bugged out because they want to be like that. But then within them, you can tell that they don't really want to be like that. But they don't have no choice because they're spiritually lacking understanding. Why? Because they don't learn how to shut up and listen to themselves and examine yourself. The Bible says, the scripture says, oh, by the way, Biblios is a Greek word. Don't say Bible anymore, fam. I'm going to change the whole Bible Chronicle. I'm changing that because that's the scriptures. This is the holy scriptures, the written book of the Most High. So be mindful of that. I forgot my point. Let's go.
Since its colonial birth.
Here we go. Another stupidity. I work by a church, and this week, something is going down this month. For 3 days, the Freemasonry and the Eastern Star was meeting from 7 in the morning to 8 that evening. What? I was by a church, and this week, something is going down this month. For 3 days, the Freemasonry and the Eastern Stars were meeting from 7 in the morning to 8 p.m. But you still think you're the people. Okay.
The organization has attracted to its ranks professional men in business, government, religion, and community service, civic-minded men of good will and character who continue. Civic-minded men of good will and character.
Thank you, sis. By the way, thank you so much. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to show you something. Let me show you something. We're at the 3:13 minute, right? Okay, I'm going to show you this real quick. Hold up. Check it out, fam. Check it out, fam. Look at this, sis. I got you. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me close this real quick so I can show the family. Boom, boom. So it says here, the Amorites, a powerful Canaanitish tribe, seemingly tall of stature, near east of Jordan, subdued by Joshua the Gideon. So Amorites, which is a Canaanitish tribe, looks something like this guy.
To provide and operated. Since its colonial birth, the organization has attracted to its ranks professional men in business, government, religion, and community service, civic-minded men of good will and character who continue community service, civic-minded men of good will and character.
Wow, wow, wow. The Amorites are a tallish people. Tallish people. The Amorites, a powerful Canaanite-ish tribe, okay? Seemingly of tall stature. Remember the Canaanite Moors of Drew Ali?
Character who continue to provide the needed services for the betterment of mankind, thereby leaving a legacy by which Prince Hall Freemasons are best known. To be one, ask one.
Be one, ask one. I love it, man. Let's listen to this. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Now check it out right here. You see this white man running down the block? That's the Masonic white man. Okay, through the knowledge. He's the one that just beat up that European who's married to the other European.
Hey, boy! Yes, sir. You traveling man? Who asked us, sir?
Did you see that? He asked him if he was a traveling man. He showed him his Masonic ring. He shows us he's getting the black man who's a Masonic brother to help him.
Now, problem. Mason. I took the oath against us. He's a white Mason. You think he'd help you? I tell you, boy, I swear, sometime you ain't got more sense than some of these horses. Now, I'm telling you. That man, he ain't nothing but trouble. So let me tell you something. I ain't no boy. See, as a man, as a Mason, what you been saying?
See, he's under the mistake. He's got see the Masonic symbol in the background right there. See, they in the auction house, and you know, get out of that trouble she in, because she's all beat up. Her husband gonna see that ass whoop. He gonna know something was up. There she go. It's on and popping. Watch this.
Whoa, take a breath, boy. What's the matter? Your dad is still caught on fire again?
Daddy, tell her got herself beat by a nigger.
Oh, shit.
So as you can see, you guys got to watch that. You guys got to watch that. I have to take it off because they're going to, close it. And anyways, I find it all very interesting and very funny. But you know what? The scriptures don't lie. And it's becoming very clear to us. Let me see what that says. It says, yeah, you're right. Let me see. Let me read it. Joshua 1:8, very simple scripture. It says here, this book of the law shall not depart of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. The book of the law. That's actually good. The book of the law. That's what we call it. All praises, sis. All praises. The book of the law. Remember, family, the book of the law. because that word biblios is a Greek word. So just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Let me read that real quick. So let me see that real quick. You don't call him the keystone. They confused, just like you said. Doubt is lingering over some of them. Better be humble and not boast about being the people. Yeah, man. That's what I always said. That's what I always said. I always said that. Probably having an orgy or some nasty crap. I remember in a Spanish radio channel, they talked about cops busting a Masonic lodge and they were doing things. I forget. Oh, wow, bro. Wow. I believe it. 2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposed it and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that his worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God. Wow. Look at this, family. Watch this. Let me show you this.
We are here, man. We the gods of the earth. That's right. We are the gods. We are gods. Yeah? We're the gods. We are here, man. We the gods of the earth. That's right. We are.
So let me read that. 2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposed it and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped. Let me shut these fools up. Damn Canaanites. Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Black Jesus. It's self-explanatory, family. It's self-explanatory. The only oath is to the Most High. That's it, man. I was in Michigan and them lodges. Damn. The book of the law, the Torah in the Hebrew. Yeah, the law. Yeah, I know. I understand. Call it law. I just didn't want to call it law because that could just mean any law, you know. But I get you. Here, let's go to this real quick because a lot of these one-way cams, they love to read this, but they don't really see the depthness of it. Okay. Now we're starting to see it. Psalms 83, right? Deuteronomy 28:43. A stranger above you should get a stranger within you should get above you very high, and thou shalt come down very low, right? 2 Ezra 6:54. Watch what it says. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest the Lord of all thy creatures, of him came we all, and the people of also whom thou hast chosen, meaning Shem, Japheth, and Ham. All right, out of all of us came out of Adam. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake, meaning for the tents of Shem. Okay. Now, remember, Shem goes through who? Remember? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? Okay, in the 12 tribes. So now, here goes. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake. And as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said, and you have said that they are nothing, like they're nothing to you, like they don't matter to you, but like unto spittle, because that's what they mean to you, right? And like and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from the vessel. So it's like it's not saying for you to be like, they're less than us. No, it's saying, yo, Father, you say that you prefer us, you chose us over them, but you know what I mean, like. You know, you said they don't really matter to you, and to me, if my parents say that none of them matter, you matter to me. But if I'm being punished and they're treating other people better, I'm like, you know, you said that they didn't matter to you. Then he goes, and lo, O Lord, behold, these heathens which have ever been repudiated as nothing have begun to lord over us and devour us. That's exactly what that means. It's not for you to be boastful. It's not for you to be boastful. When you talk about humility, you know, you're looking at, damn, man, these guys. That's what the scriptures say. You know, you said that they didn't mean nothing to you, but I don't know, Father. You seem to favorite them. So check it out. Damon, son of Jacob, a West African, is telling you glorify no man. But this is what IUIC and all your camps do. This is what you guys do. This is you guys right here. A show. Look how much we can sell. Look at all the product. Look at all the food. Like look at the merchandise. Mac. ISUPK, IUIC. This is what you guys do. This is called debutante. And you tell Hispanics not to do certain things, but debutante is not something of the scriptures. You guys do it like Canaanites do. That's what you guys is. Hey, listen, man. And by the way, family, call them that because they hate it. That's why it's kind of like the old exorcist. Tell me your name, demon. Tell me your name. And as soon as you find out their name, they go crazy, right? So I call them Canaanites, and they hate it. One guy called me an illegitimate bastard. And I'm like, well, that's kind of not contradictory, because it's like, so am I a double bastard? I'm a bastard? Because the illegitimate means that you're kind of out of wedlock, so you're a bastard. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever. I guess it's called Ebonics. 2 Peter 3:16. It says, as also in all of his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some hard things to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable, because you don't examine yourself and you got guile, all that crap, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. Because you're being misled. You're being taught by some people that are not even your people. They're not even the people of the book. You're giving your pearls to swines, dummy. So listen, fam, I want to tackle this now. So this guy right here, right? Hispanic, look, he looks so proper. No. This guy was a so-called native of Masonic lodges. Okay? Yeah. American Indian Freemasonry. So I want you guys to here. I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to look too much into it. But now I'm starting to realize why we have so-called natives, like the $5 ones, that are telling our so-called Hispanic Meshiacha brothers, like, you guys aren't, you guys are not, you're not Native Americans. We're Native Americans. You guys are just mixed Spaniards. Oh, no, your DNA, no, that's not real DNA. Okay, sounds good. So let's finish it up with this, fam. You guys already saw this guy. So I'm going to bring him up again, because now we're going to get into some real, and I'm going to finish it with this. I had other stuff, but you know what? I think it's good to finish it, because from this point forward, I'm going to talk to you a lot more about our migration. And I mean, matter of fact, before I showed up, let me read this, because I really wrote this down, and I'm glad I did it in a different format, because it reminded me. It didn't just cross my eyes. So it's Isaiah 59, verse 17. Okay, remember what I show you. It is not for me to convince you. You take this information, confirm it, read it, and if it resonates, all praises to the Most High. And if it doesn't, well then bye-bye. Because I'm not hired to convince you. Nor am I going to be holding my thoughts because supposedly I offend you. This is my belief. This is what I know. This is what I've learned. This is what's taking me to this point. So guess what? I have no choice but to keep moving forward. And I'm like a horse. Like I told brothers, man, I got visors. I'm not even looking, bro. Like, yeah, okay, I hear you, bro. Like, I'm just going forward. Maybe that's why the scriptures talk about the path is narrow. Fire on the one side and water on the other. But you guys don't care, right? Isaiah 59:17. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on garments of vengeance for clothing and was clothed with zeal as a cloak. Let me do it in this translation. He will wear justice like a coat of armor, saving power like a helmet. He will clothe himself with a strong desire to set things right and to punish and revenge the wrongs that people suffer. That's why I said, when I look at my family, I see the atrocities. And because of that, it bothers the hell out of me. So let's start here first, because I'm about to slice these Khazarians, because he is a rabbi, right? And look what he says. And then I'm going to go back. So we're going to watch this video. You guys can stick around. I hope so, because you're going to have to hear this guy. Remember, take pieces. There's a lot of information he's saying. And let's just consider our ways, and then let's listen in. Okay, let's go.
Out on the streets, that is not permitted. That is very, very bad, and it reflects really badly on every black person in America. It shows it makes a stereotype that all the black people are the same. That's a bad stereotype. So you need to stop these actions with all these different groups. I don't know, they have all these labels, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, H, United Church of Christ, and then there's others. There's so many of these
IUIC
groups that potentially are misleading the people, misteaching them, and generating hatred against the people they live with, which is,
you see what I'm saying? Let's go.
Again, as I said, not a good thing. Should stay away from that. So therefore, as I explained, now what is a Jew today, 2017? Most of you have seen Jews today. You've seen the Ashkenazi in Europe. You have seen, I'm standing right here in Vienna. There's a lot of Jews over here, Ashkenazi. So you have seen the Sephardi Jews that came from Spain. You have seen the Yemenite Jews. You have seen the Middle Eastern Jews, the Mizrahi Jews. We also know the Persian Jews, the Iranian Jews. There's at least 33 to 35,000 Iranian Jews right now situated in Iran. So, all different colors and shapes, but yet all called Jew. Maybe some of them are from the tribe of Judah, maybe some of them are from the tribe of Benjamin, maybe some from Levi, etc. So, question is this: we know historically that we converted.
Pay attention.
2 major kingdoms. We converted
okay? Converted mean, let's look at the word convert. Convert, what does convert mean? In case you guys don't know. Converted. It means having been adapted to be suitable for a purpose. So adapting, okay? That means they're not the original people. So let's find out who they converted.
Kingdom in Yemen called the Himyarite Kingdom, where we had a king in the 5th century who accepted Judaism. His whole kingdom converted. We then converted another kingdom in Khazaria in the Caspian Sea region.
Holy Mother Jesus! Converted the Khazarians, right? Let's go.
Called Khazaria at the time, or also known as Al-Qusr. Those people, or Qasr, those people from that region, they converted into wholesale Judaism.
Hold on.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Okay, so now we're going to go back. I just want to prove that point. We are seeing now who was converted? Khazarians, right? These ones that are here. The ones that through propaganda, that are behind the media. His own rabbi is saying it. So that's not anti-Semite, because I'm a Semite. So get that out of your head, dummies. The Israel rabbi said it. He said, converted. Converted. I was going to say already, those are converted pacts. Yeah, Israel is not yet even. Yeah, that's right, bro. I'm sorry. That's right, sis. We're not. And or restored. Of course not. So now let's listen into what he's saying regarding the black Americans.
Have to deal with. When Noah came out of the ark with his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, well, what do you think? Do you think that there were plenty of women of other nations sitting there for them to marry their children into? Of course not. So the only women that our children could marry into, so Shem's sons, they married into Ham's children. In other words, Ham's daughters. So if we take Ham's daughters, Shem, meaning Indian looking man like me, brownie, if he marries into Ham's sons who are jet black and they look like you in North America, what do you think we're going to produce? We're going to produce children with different skin tones of brown, with some with locked hair, some without locked hair. That's where you come from. That's...
Woo, man, fire. Oh, my dear Jesus. Hold on, say that again. Oh, it's so sweet. It's so sweet to hear this at this point. Let's go.
Why we have some people of Israel, ancient Israel, who perhaps look black. And we have other people who have lighter skin tones. There is no such thing as black across the board. That would be a falsehood to teach that there's just black across the board. That is not true. Because if I bring you to Abraham, our forefather,
listen,
and if I tell you about his wives, he had a black wife from Egypt.
Chapter 1 verse 12. Ye cannot these gods save themselves from rust and moth. though they be covered with purple remnants. IUIC, you dummies. You kept believing Nate, the fluffy, puffy, goofy looking fake cop, damn Mason snake. And by the way, they asked for everybody's background information. They're probably doing a background check on you guys. And you know, that's not legal to do. You have to authorize that. So you people that are in these camps and are asking you for so-called information and you don't have a purple shirt, they're running background checks on you. And that's 100% illegal. You have to authorize that because they technically have to give you the copy of them doing a background check. Why would they need your social or date of birth or know where you work, whether you have life insurance or not, how old you are? See? Let's go.
Well, what kind of son she's going to give him? Ishmael is going to be a son of darker skin tone. Now, what about his other wives? Well, Sarah, clearly, there are two opinions on Sarah. And you can take whichever opinion you like. You can take the opinion that Sarah's from Chad, or you can take the opinion that Sarah's from India. I would probably go with the opinion that Sarah's family also originated out of India. Therefore, they both look like each other. And they're going to produce children that are going to look like Indians. Therefore, Yitzhak, Isaac, is going to look like me. He's not going to look like you, unfortunately. There's no such thing. Now, therefore, that means we're going to have two sons, Esau, which you call Esau, and you call Jacob. Those two sons. Well, everything is determined by who they marry. Now, I didn't go back and explain that Abraham also had a white wife, a Caucasian wife, whose name was Meshiacha, who was from Turkey. Well, guess what, guys? If Abraham's family were domiciled in Turkey, what are the chances do you think that Abraham will have a Turkic wife? What do you think are the chances? And what do today's Turkic people look like? Most of them look like Caucasian, white people. They pass for an Englishman anytime, more than me. So therefore, the question is, if he married into a Turkic woman, which he did, and that's whose son we know was Eliezer, his older son. So if he had a white woman, what do you reckon? Do you reckon she's going to have some white children? Potentially? Yes, she is. That means that Abraham will have white in the mix as well. Do you think they followed the God of Israel? Most likely, 100%. Definitely followed the God of Israel. So where does that leave us? So let's go forward a little bit, then we'll come back. We'll go forward, we'll come back, we'll try to get some understanding. So if we go forward, we come back to Isaac. So what does Isaac's wife, Rebecca?
Pay attention to this, because when I did the whole walk with Abraham, you know, like Abraham is a friend of God, I explained to you guys how Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all married women of Padam Aram, meaning the land of Aramea. Padam means land, and Aramea means Aramaic, okay? So they always went back to that. All right? So let's continue.
What does she tell her son, Jacob? You are not to marry the woman of Canaan. Who were the women of Canaan? These daughters of Ham, black women who were corrupted, who were worshipping false idols, who were sacrificing their children to false idols. So the mom, Rebecca, told her son, you're not to marry into these heathens that are worshipping false idols. Therefore, you must go back to the family. Exactly the same pattern that Abraham had taken an oath from his son Eliezer, who is referred to as his servant. He took an oath, you are not to marry my son Isaac into these heathen women in this land where I am. In other words, Canaan, daughters of Ham. Who were
whoa, which daughters of Ham? Canaan. Oh, dear Canaan. Canaan. Oh, dear Jesus, Canaan. So you mean like them? Tyrone? Or like, let's see this one. Where you at? Oh, I know where it's at. Where'd I put it? Oh, that's right. I got to do it again, fam. I got to do it again because you know what? This is called severing. Severing, meaning you guys have to wake the hell up. Wake up to the truth. Because if you don't, then guess what? You're going to end up falling into the lie all over again without even understanding that it's a trap. So let me see if I can find this thing here because I had it and now it's not letting me. Okay, well then I guess I won't use it. Let's see. Let me look for it here. No, that's not it. That's not it. I think I put it in here. Hold on a second. No, I don't have it anymore. Well, anyway, let's continue. I'll find it.
Were completely corrupted by that time. Previously, in the time of Noah, that time they were all obeying Torah. But by now, several hundred years later, they no longer were in Torah. They were into all sorts of false worship. Therefore, the indictment was given against them. Do not marry into these black women because they are corrupted.
Damn. Woo! Let's read that. Let's hear it again, fam. Let's hear it again. All right, let's go.
In the time of Noah, that time they were all obeying Torah. But by now, several hundred years later, they no longer were in Torah. They were into all sorts of false worship. Therefore, the indictment was given against them. Do not marry into these black women because they are corrupted. They are into false worship. They do not worship the God of Israel. You must not take those women. And the injunction came from God as well later on. So therefore, what happens? What happens is that Jacob is sent back to his Indian family, Indian-looking family. Where? In Iraq, where they are settled in Padan Aram. Let's break those two words down. Padan Aram. Aram is the area where we get the language Aramaic.
I told you, fam, and I knew this, okay? Just letting you know. He didn't tell me that. I knew this.
Meaning Babylonia, Persia, which spoke to a large extent. They spoke the Aramaic language, square script, what they call square script Hebrew today. So if they spoke Aramaic, that brings another interesting thing, doesn't it? That means, surely, if they spoke Aramaic, well, do you speak Aramaic in North America? I haven't heard anybody speaking Aramaic in North America. But you can see plenty of people, even today, there are people in India who know Aramaic. If you go to Pakistan, you will have people speaking the Persian tongue. My own uncle, who passed away a few years ago, he spoke fluently the Persian tongue. Therefore, that means that North America, the black folks there who want to be Hebrews, they don't have the Persian tongue. So who has more connection to Abraham's family, you or me?
Family, who has more connections than Abraham, them or us?
Keep my name out your mouth.
So next time they want to say, you Hispanics.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Oh, you guys want to know the Bible?
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah, that's what it means, fam. Okay? So next time they do that, you let them know that. Because they don't know. And I get that. Like Oprah, Obama. Hold on, let me get that real quick. Timothy 3:13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived, bro. That's actually beautiful. Because it's not, I know I share these scriptures, right? And it sounds good too, but at the same time, it's pretty crazy, man. Because remember the punishment. So we talk about this, right? But remember the punishment, fam. That's the heavy point, okay? Let's play this again because I want to remember something.
Who do you think is going to be a Levite priest? You or me? Fluently the Persian tongue. Therefore, that means that North America, the black folks there who want to be Hebrews, they don't have the Persian tongue. So who has more connection to Abraham's family, you or me? Who do you think is going to be a Levite priest, you or me? So therefore, we have a genealogy. We have the language. Pakistan speaks today widely a language called Urdu, which has its roots in ancient Persian tongue. That is where the Jews came from after their exile. And today, let me tell you something of interest. Today, in 2017, I have contact with a Jewish man in Pakistan who looks 100% like me. What do you think he should look like? And he came out of Iraq. His whole family came out of Iraq. 2,000 years ago, they left Iraq at the destruction of our temple, and they went to Pakistan and they domiciled in Pakistan. So for all practical purposes today, they look like Pakistanis, of course. They're not going to look like English. They're not going to look like Americans. They're not going to look Negro either. So therefore, I think that the important question is are all the Negroes Hebrews? The answer is no, they are not.
See, the answer is no, they're not. But I'm going to go take you back to a little step here quick, okay? Let me show you something.
Contact with a Jewish man in Pakistan. You will have people speaking the Hebrew today. So if they spoke Aramaic, take those women. And the injunction came from God as well later on. So therefore, what happens? What happens is that Jacob is sent back to his Indian family, Indian-looking family. Where? In Iraq, where they are settled in Padan Aram. Let's break those two words down. Padan Aram. Aram is the area where we get the language Aramaic. meaning Babylonia, Persia, which spoke to a large extent, they spoke the Aramaic language, square script, what they call square script Hebrew today. So if they spoke Aramaic, that brings another interesting thing, doesn't it?
Now, this begs the question. So then why did the Most High tell Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob not to mix with these Canaanite people? Let's find out why. Okay, let me show you something real quick. Yes, I am. Of course I am. Why? What are you saying? I don't watch, listen to it, or what? Okay, that's weird. All right, so this is why the Most High told us not to mess with them. Okay, told us not to mess with them because this is what would happen. Because they're not keepers of the law. This is a rebellious, seditious nation. Listen in. Violently taking, causing panic, because that's what sedition means. Sedition means this. Let's read it again. Sedition meaning. We'll give you a dictionary. Sedition is the act of inciting a revolt, a coup d'etat against a legally established government with the intent of destroying or overthrowing it. To a particular stretch, I mean, like a real. Let me see if I can finish this one. That we, a wicked woman, therefore pride and funny because, man, that was real.
Nigga,
praise out. Let's listen in.
Hey.
Why Abraham, our father, told Eleazar, no matter what you do, you make sure that Isaac marries a woman of our bloodline, because it's a spiritual thing. They're fleshly and they ain't gonna get it no matter how much you try. And then he said, Isaac, make sure Rachel was telling Jacob, hey, make sure you don't get none of these Canaanite women. Why is that? This is why.
With your main guy or your side guy? There's always a side nigga. That's why you like have a side nigga. My side guy? Side nigga always. I don't have a side nigga, but my side nigga. I'ma say the side nigga. The side guy for sure. Only because he fucks me better than the main nigga, but we keep the main nigga for stability. Side guy, for sure. Definitely the side nigga. Okay, I feel comfortable with my main nigga. He's gonna make sure I'm okay. But that side nigga finna blow my motherfucking back.
Let's continue.
That means, surely, if they spoke Aramaic, well, do you speak Aramaic in North America? I haven't heard anybody speaking Aramaic in North America. But you can see plenty of people, even today, there are people in India who know Aramaic. If you go to Pakistan, you will have people speaking the Persian tongue. My own uncle, who passed away a few years ago, we have the language. Pakistan speaks today widely a language called Urdu, which has its roots to their exile, and today, like me, with a Jewish man in Pakistan who looks 100% like me, what do you think he should look like? And he came out of Iraq. His whole family came out of Iraq. 2,000 years ago, they left Iraq at the destruction of our temple, and they went to Pakistan and they domiciled in Pakistan. So for all practical purposes today, they look like Pakistanis, of course. They're not going to look like English. They're not going to look like Americans. They're not going to look Negro either. So therefore, I think that the important question is are all the Negroes Hebrews? The answer is no, they are not. So therefore, you need to remove this ignorance card, and everybody calling themselves Israelite, shouting in the streets of New York, oh, I'm Israel. No, you're not Israel. You are just a misguided person. Because
ow, 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 ow. That's why we say this.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Who are you?
A misguided person.
If you were really Israel, you would be obeying the Torah. You would be doing the things that my forefathers did, both in Babylonia, such as Daniel the prophet, who was my forefather, by the way, such as the Persian domiciled Hebrews. What did they do? Well, they obeyed the 7 festivals. They didn't believe in Jesus. They don't know who Jesus was. This is a later thing. Rabbi Yeshua came much later. So they obeyed the Torah laws. You can read about it. Daniel the prophet, what does he do? The king offers him delicacies, foods, everything. What does Daniel the prophet say? No, thank you. I don't want to have your food because I'm a Hebrew. I eat kosher. I want to only have lentils. Well, most of you in North America are sucking on pig, and you think you're Hebrews.
Damn! Woo, man, fire! Let's go.
It's laugh, isn't it? It's laughable. In order to be a Hebrew, sure, I want to only have lentils. Well, most of you in North America are sucking on pig, and you think you're Hebrews. It's laugh, isn't it? It's laughable. In order to be a Hebrew, in order to do the Torah, you have to remove yourself from the very foods that you call your foods and the very way of lives living. You have to remove yourself from that kind of lifestyle to a Torah lifestyle. A Torah lifestyle is, number one, obeying the God of Israel, keeping the Sabbath, guarding the Sabbath. Number two, you have to eat the foods that are qualified kosher. That means festivals of Israel, Passover, Pentecost, tabernacles, all those kind of good things. So whilst most of you are still stuck in churches, still running after Jesus Christ and doing after other things, maybe some of you are into Islam and Muslim and all that nonsense. So therefore, question is this: how can you be Hebrews if your character does not resemble anything from the Torah? That means if you
Whoa. That's a heavy point. How can you be Hebrews if you don't display any of the characteristics?
If your character does not resemble anything from the Torah.
You know why? Because of this. Hold on a second. Street takeover. I got to do it. Because it says, like he said, how can you say you're doing this, but yet you're doing this?
Must be my
Oh, come on, man.
Must be my lucky day. I was in the neighborhood and look who I see.
Get out of here. And I'm calling our people out too. If you guys are in it, hey man, I'm so glad that you guys are doing this, because we also need to clean the streets up. And a lot of you guys are joining this stupid thing. So let's continue. Look, here's more trouble.
New this morning, another street takeover in South Los Angeles. One person was hospitalized after a crash nearby. The wreck happened near West.
There you go. Good for you. I'm glad you got hurt, dummy. Glad you got hurt. You guys deserve it. You deserve what you're getting. Stupid. What's it called? 7-Eleven gets robbed. Yep.
Hey, let me get a swisher though. Can I get a strip? Hey, can I get a swisher? Let me get a swisher.
Back up.
Here, the other guy, like, can I get a swisher? He's being robbed. Why don't you tell your people to stop it? So that guy's from India, okay? Oh, but you guys are, but Black Americans want to say that India is their people too. It's laughable, like the guy said.
Hey, just let him go. There's nothing you can do. But it's nothing you can do. It's like they're not gonna do nothing. You just have to claim you have insurance. You have insurance? What? Does he have insurance?
Yeah, he got insurance.
No, it hurts you. Hey, no, hey, don't. Hey, ain't nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
It's okay, brother. Okay. It's okay.
Hey, I'm not condoning violence, family.
Okay, brother. Okay.
The scriptures do say that when your son is young, you make sure you correct them, because if not, you're going to have problems when they get older. Listen, fam, I had to check my son last night. I'm not lying. So what he's doing is he's getting his butt whooped. They're whooping his butt like moms to the dunk, because dads aren't there. Let's go.
That's called whooping your ass. Whoop him. Get him.
Okay.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Now go.
I'm coming. Go.
Go.
I'll go. Let me go.
Go.
I'll go, brother.
Go.
You can't.
Go. Hey, let him go. Just let him go. Just let him go.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Let's continue. All right, we're almost done. About 10 more minutes.
That means if you really had the blood of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then surely you would say that the Torah is your life. Torah is your faith. Torah is your way of living. But if you don't, if you're running to a church every Sunday, then I'd have to question, are you really a Hebrew?
And you see, family, we know that these one West camps do not keep the whole Torah because guess what? They say that you can deal with prostitutes, you can yell at white people, or even black people, I guess, or brown people too, like pinche pendeja, calling our sister what she is. You can put feet over their necks. You can smoke pot because it's okay because they're edibles. Or I'm sorry, you can eat pot. Or you can do because it's a transaction. Oh, and by the way, you can have a side chick if your wife don't really believe. Oh, and if your wife don't believe in a year and a half, you can leave her and get some other chick, and you don't have to pay for those bills because those are unprofitable children. You follow the Torah?
Probably not. So, I wouldn't even bank on it. However, if you were connected to Israel ancient.
Hey, sis, that's true. Listen, let me read this. The video about Tina Turner thinking she was a native of tribe of America, right? I got to see that. And got her DNA results back. Answer. Tina, you are of the tribe of Europe.
Gotcha, bitch.
Hold on.
Gotcha, bitch.
And that's well deserved.
Gotcha, bitch.
No, sorry. You look like a dude. Stop it. You are definitely not our people. Okay? Let's go.
As I explained, that when Noah's sons came out of the ark, Shem, who was a brown man like me, his daughters married into Ham's daughter. His sons, married Ham's daughters, which was permitted at that time. And so therefore we're going to produce a mixture. And if Abraham's going to...
He's talking about after the three lean, Shem, Japheth, and Shem, Japheth, and Ham. At that time, they were allowed. But then remember, after Reu, they started bugging out because they continued. Right after the Tower of Babel. As you can see, a lot of religions came out of there. Krishna, Zoroastrianism, emerald tablets of Trismegistus, esoteric teachings, alchemy. You got this other weird one, Saint German. What else you got? Obviously, Kabbalah, the old Babylonian Talmud. All these things are repetitive, fam. They've always been around because it's from these nations. That's why it says, "Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed as the signs of heaven." Because, it's maybe the other people. No. They're dismayed at the signs of heaven because it looks like they're the people. But don't worry about it. Eventually, everything gets exposed. I'm almost done.
I have a Caucasian wife. Abraham's going to have Sarah, a wife that looks like brown color. Then she's going to produce brown children. That means Isaac was like me. And then if Isaac subsequently produces two sons, they're going to look like me as well, right? So you look at the Middle Eastern Jews. What do they look like? Do they look like me, or do they look like, somebody else in China maybe? No, of course not. So we have to understand that we must take scripture and history with it and get an understanding. When we do that, we'll never go wrong. But if we dissect, if we just remove ourselves from scripture and just pretend to be somebody we are not, we'll never get anywhere. However, I'm not saying that you cannot become part of Israel. You can. Every one of you can become part of Israel today. All you have to do is take the oath, take the immersion, give the oath.
Which means, brothers, you have to circumcise, okay? But you got to circumcise your mind first before you do the physical. You'll know when the time comes. Trust me, you'll know. Let's go.
Give the offering. You're ready to become Israel. You can all become Israel. So in order to be part of the contracted people, covenanted people of God, you have to take the oath, then demonstrate Torah in your lives. If you don't demonstrate Torah, you cannot be qualified a Hebrew. You can't go around in the street saying, I'm a Hebrew, and you're worshiping in church on Sunday. That's not a Hebrew. So therefore you have to come.
What is he talking about? Who said Ron Dalton? Hey, Ron Dalton! I'm a Pentecostal, but with his funky looking beard and his big ass forehead. But I'm a Pentecostal, but I'm not saying you don't have to believe in the New Testament. Everybody needs to pitch in because it's about going back to God. Pentecostals. What that other guy? What's that other Edomite that looks black? And he's got this church with a bunch of people, and he treats it's just ridiculous, man. Y'all are a joke. Let's go. By the way, If you're secretly watching, hit the link. ISUPK, IOIC, GMS, FOPI, especially FOPI, Sakari, who else? Next, GMS, man, you know, I ain't gonna say them no more. They're a little bugged out, man, but they're at least trying better than all these other suckers, man. I'll give them a little bit of that credit. But everyone else, there goes it's on. But everyone else, I don't know. Let's continue.
Come out of that. So let's go back to Abraham. Let's go back to these people called Yadawas. Let's go back to the land that we once inhabited in Israel, an area known as Judea. Judea, from the Hebrew word Judea, and from the Hebrew word where we get Judah as well. And we get the Indian Sanskrit word Yud, which actually means a warrior of God. So therefore, the people who are known to have come out of India, settled in Turkey, and then Abraham gave away, he left that worship of his forefathers, which was idolatrous.
See what I'm saying, family? He gave up that lifestyle because it was idolatry, but he came to the Most High with faith. Faith first. And that's why the Most High didn't want him to sacrifice his son. It wasn't for that purpose, because that's all he had. He wanted to see if he loved me more than his son by faith and then by works.
Worshipping statues. So Abraham left eastern Turkey, southeastern Turkey, to be on the exact space. He then traveled down into Iraq. From Iraq, he traveled down into Israel, into what we know as Hebron.
And it comes from that area, Iraq, right when Abraham traveled. Man,
if you go to Hebron, Shechem, then if you go to Hebron.
Anyways, that's just me, but this is for me. Okay, this is for me.
You will see that his grave is there today for everybody to see. It's 100% guaranteed. Abram's name came from the Indian deity, Indian god Brahma. So Abraham's forefathers were Brahmins. Brahmins are priests in India. So these priests, and if you go look, they still exist today. So we know our history. Because we know our history, we know what we should look like. However, this is not to say that you can't be Israel if you are Chinese looking, maybe. Why? Because if you marry a Chinese woman and you produce a Chinese looking child, then of course that's an Israelite.
He's talking about Asia. So Asia is a big continent, fam. And it's not just Asia like Chinese, Japanese. No. It's them as well. And then also Arabic nations, a little bit up north in Russia. I'm telling you, let's go. That's why you see a lot of different similar techniques like Sambo, Russia, Taekwondo, karate, Kung Fu, Muay Thai. It's all from that region. And then in Arab, the Arabics have this. I forget the name of it, man. I guess it's kind of like Sambo, but it's a different style. Let's go.
Light as well. Just as I explained to you, if we marry into Ham, a black woman, Ham's daughters, what are we going to produce? Dark colored children with with locks and all the looks that you have in North America. So therefore there is consensus that a certain portion of Hebrews were taken in the slave trade. Not all of them.
So let's listen in closely, because at this I'm going to finish it once he says it. That's all I needed to clear, because we got to the 727 point, and this is just going to clear some stuff. Okay, watch what he says. So you Black Americans that are watching in secret, pay close attention. Okay.
But a certain portion. That portion is what is in North America, potentially in Europe as well. So we know that an island in the coast of Africa called Sao Tome, from there a British ship that was carrying the Portuguese flag exported slaves, took slaves out from that island.
Portuguese were Swati. Remember the nautical people? Okay, let's go. They're differentiating themselves too, because even though they come from Ham, they're still not of Canaan. Because you still got Cush, Mizraim, and Put, right? Let's go.
And ship.
Brothers told Canaan, stay out of the land of Shan, or else, listen, by sedition or through sedition, you're going to end up dying. That's why it's the Kernas Canaan. Because y'all are hard-headed, man. You don't get it. You want to be everybody but yourselves. Why? Well, I guess it would suck. But anyways, let's continue.
Them over to the Americas. By the way, they were Jews. Yes, that's the only people that I know definitely who was carrying the Portuguese flag, exported slaves, took slaves out from that island and shipped them over to the Americas. By the way, they were Jews. Yes, that's the only people that I know definitely who were black Jews. But there is no other account of Africa, Ghana, for instance, Nigeria, or for instance, what's known as the Slave Coast today or in the ancient times, which was an area that was dominated.
West Africa. And why is he saying that? Because the sub-Saharan desert is a vast desert. So these Negroes from Negro land were not in the capacity, based on what we hear history, for them to travel up. You see, every tribe was different. And this was the particular tribe that was going to be kept in this seditious state of mind. Let's go.
Missile between Nigeria, Benin, Ghana, where the slave ships went and brought back slaves. Well, most of the people that were gathered from there were the sons and the daughters of Ham, not Shem. So let's get this straight. Not all of the slaves came out of...
Ouch, hold on.
That came out were Hebrews. As I explained, some were, not all of them. So today, by my estimation, and you can disagree with it if you like, by my estimation, only 10% people.
Only 10%, and that's helping them. People in North America who use Deuteronomy 28, black Americans, and you dummies too, but teaching what they teach, of our people, or so-called our people, are only playing with words that do not apply to them, but to ancient Israel scattered round about Israel. Okay? Because he doesn't necessarily believe that we're Israel. I think he did at one point, he did, right? But it's okay. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Because actions speak louder than words. And images, nothing of our consideration. We don't care. Well, we know from documentation after documentation, we already know what you guys done. So let's continue.
And you can disagree with it if you like. By my estimation,
there is a legitimate way to convert to Israel, but most of these people are too arrogant with poor leadership to admit fault. I'm glad he used that word. 1 Samuel 15:23, it says, rebellion against him is as bad as witchcraft, and arrogance is as sinful as idolatry. But you guys are too arrogant because you deal with witchcraft. That's why we are finding out you got nothing to add. Now that's okay, bro. Jump on. It don't matter, man. Shoot, just jump on.
Only 10% people that boarded those ships potentially were Hebrews. Everybody else, nothing to do with us. Totally Hamites, 100% Hamites. But as I said earlier, your father, if you're a Ham, your father Ham, at one point did obey the Torah laws until Nimrod, the one who became rebellious, started, calling for his worship. He deified himself as some, ancient rulers do. At that point, we can see that is when it digressed, and God was so angry.
It's so beautiful, man. So we start seeing the digression that Jubilees 9 talks about, when the three sons started having more babies, and then you see them all bugging out after Reu, it was before or after Reu. So now we know that, and it was about Abraham's time where the Tower of Babel came about, right? And Nimrod was of who? Ham. That's why you have the sins of the Amorites, the Horites, right? The Canaanites, Sodom and Gomorrah. Come on, bro. And you see what he said, right? Where is it at? Right here. Only 50,000 people were of ancient Hebrew extraction brought to America of the Negro looks. That is my estimation would be around 2 million people in North America. But see, I think what he's saying is in the Americas. Well, today America has a population of 45 million black people. They do not represent Israel, but minus 2 million, which means 43 million people are not all Hebrew, but sons of the daughters of Ham. However, they can choose that, but then it doesn't now because they want to be number one. They don't have the spirit. They don't have the spirit to choose. It's like me. I didn't choose this walk. It was given to me. Sounds it? It is what it is. Let's go.
Your father, if you're a Ham, your father Ham, at one point did obey the Torah laws until Nimrod, the one who became rebellious, started, calling for his worship. He deified himself as some ancient rulers do. At that point, we can see that is when it digressed, and God was so angry that he split their languages. We read about in Genesis chapter 11.
Well, see, that's why. Because of the idolatry that Nimrod wanted to bring about. It wasn't building the tower. It was the purpose behind it. He wanted to be a god. Didn't we just see it? We the good.
Hello?
Hey, Shalom, bro. Can we hear you? I can hear you. What's up? Hey,
Hey, brother, hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. What's up? Go ahead. Hey, can we hear you? Hello? You're there, bro. All right, let me continue, all right?
You there?
Fire, man. That's fire. Yeah, bro. I guess you couldn't hear us. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Let me give you guys some scriptures and then we're done. Because this is just an obliteration, man. An obliteration of truth. So let's go here real quick, fam. Sirach 125. All right, let's read. It says here, the parable of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom. Remember Psalms 111 and 10? The fear of the Lord, meaning the discipline of the Most High. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So the discipline of the Most High is the beginning. It's not it's the beginning of wisdom. That's not difficult. It's the beginning of wisdom. It is not the wisdom. It's the beginning. So it's not just, oh my God, I fear not. No, man. It's just the beginning. Which is why it says here, the parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, because the wisdom will flee deceit and will not abide where there's sin or covetousness. True wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to the sinner. Ain't that the truth? Go to Proverbs real quick. I'm almost done because we've been about here an hour. 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm sorry. It went by fast. Proverbs 21:4, it says, on high look, a hind look, and a proud heart, and the plying of the wicked is sin. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plentiness, but everyone that is hasty only to want. Aren't they doing that? I'll give you the better translation. If someone is angry with you, a gift given secretly will calm him down. When justice is done, good people are happy, but evil people are brought to despair. Death is waiting for everyone who wanders away from good sense. Wait, actually, no, I went back a little bit. Wow, whoa, I jumped up. Where am I at? Hold on a second. Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. My bad, family. Let me go back here. Proverbs 2:1. My child, learn what I teach you and never forget what I tell you to do. Actually, it didn't go too bad. Listen to what is wise and try to understand. You see what I mean? Just listen, fam. Try to understand. Try to understand what I'm sharing with you. You determine if I'm trying to get hate in your spirit. No, I'm trying to show love so you can love our people as you love yourself. Yes, beg for knowledge. Plead for insight. Look for it as hard as you would for silver and some hidden treasure. Then it says, if you do, you will know what it means to fear the Lord. You will succeed in his learning about God, which is why I bring up Sirach 6:23. Put on the shackles of the Most High. Put on the fetters. Bow down thy shoulders and bear her. If you do, you will know what it means to fear the Lord, because wisdom abounded at all. Through discipline, you'll realize that you are walking in his path. And it's about action. Action, action. Not talk, not sitting in the corner, not turning your back on your children because, they didn't believe. You got 40, 50 years of being a piece of crap and you want them to change in a year? That's pretty unfair of you. That's pretty unfair of you. Matthew 13:44. I'm almost done. The kingdom of heaven is it's like this. A man happens to find a treasure hidden in a field. He covers it up again and is so happy. That's why I said, family, jump for joy, man. Jump for joy. That he goes and sells everything he has and then goes back and buys that field. Why? Because this was important to me. And the Most High is all praises. He's helping me somehow. I didn't think I would continue in these classes, man. I was afraid. I told brothers, man, I don't know, man. It's going to be really tough because I don't have no space. And, it's not like, apartments, man. They're apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? Or condos, whatever they call them. Isaiah 33. We're almost finished. It says here, and give stability to the nation. Let me read 35. How great the Lord is. His rules for everything. He rules over everything, even ourselves, which is why subdue your own understanding. 2 Corinthians 14:34. That's milk. He will fill Jerusalem with justice and integrity. Now, Jerusalem is the people first. So he would fill us with justice and integrity, meaning we'll be fair and we'll have integrity. So if I find something like that book about our so-called natives doing missionary, now we know why they're fighting against us, the $5 Indians and the black ones too. Well, yeah, you guys are for white and black. Yeah, you go above $5. And you sellouts too. Integrity. And give stability to the nations. Through what? Through justice and integrity, right? Because you subdued your own understanding. You go by the rules of the Most High. He always protects his people and gives them wisdom and knowledge. Even in the depthness of where you like, oh man, the Most High ain't dealing with me, man. Even through that time, he's giving you knowledge because he's giving you patience. And he's telling you, hey, stop being afraid. It's time to fight now. It's war now. Strap up your boots, bro. It's war. Go protect your people. That's what he's saying. The brave are calling for help. Always protects his people and gives them wisdom and knowledge. The greatest treasure is their reverence for the Lord. You see that, fam? You don't reverence yourself. You reverence him all the time. Everywhere you go, in everything you do. It doesn't matter. You always reverence him. Because if it wasn't for him, y'all should be dead. As a matter of fact, none of you, brothers and sisters, should think you made it. Walk in the mindset like, man, honestly, sincerely, like you don't deserve it. Like the prodigal son. He went away, left, and he came back. And he said to himself, Father, I've sinned. Please let me be one of your servants. He didn't want to be your son again. He's like, man, I don't deserve it. And that's how you're supposed to be. We deserted the Father. We stopped keeping the laws of God. What right do you have to tell others how to conduct themselves before you can conduct you? You don't even have your house in order. And that takes a long time. It ain't just, I must spank my kid. Nah, man. It's called wisdom. And your family has to gain it too. If they don't have it, you don't have it. Because they're a reflection of your growth, your family. That's why the brave are calling for help. We are calling for help. We want help. We need help. We need more brothers and sisters to be out here. The ambassadors who tried to bring about peace are crying bitterly. Why? Because the highways are so dangerous that no one travels on them. Right now, you guys are scared, man. Man, I don't know. Now is the time to get up. Especially now. Treaties are broken and agreements are violated. No one is respected anymore. Is that not true? So now it's about time we change it. Yeah, let me go to James 1 real quick. And then we'll be done. James 1 real quick and a couple more. James 1, 5 and 8. It says here, but if any of you lack wisdom, you should pray to God, the Most High, who will give it to you, because God gives generously and graciously to all. But when you pray, you must believe and not doubt at all. That's why if you're not rooted, you're doubting. And even 1% of doubt, you're not rooted. It says no doubt at all. Whoever doubts is like a wave in the sea that is driven and blown about the wind. See that? So if you are in these camps and you're not rooted, and you know damn well you're not, because you're still trying to be black, you're like the wind, bro. And you're going to be burnt. If any of you like that, unable to make up your minds and undecided in all you do, you must not think that you will receive anything from the Lord. So let me read it in this translation. It says here, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So now we read it again. It sounds nice, like in this translation, sounds good. If you are like that, being unstable like the wind, unable to make up your mind, like, I don't know, man, there must be people. That Troptai chart sounds really cool. You know what I mean? I mean, so what if I'm Issachar? Hey, I'm Mexican. I'm Issachar. This camp, these Pharisees, maybe some of these guys are actually our people. And then you go and follow New Covenant dummies. And they still follow Troptai chart stupidity. So it says here, unable to make up your mind and undecided in all you do, also, you must not think that you will receive anything from the Lord. Double-minded. Double-minded. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to show you this, and then I think that's it. This is from a book called A History of the Jews, right? Watch this real quick. By Solomon Grazel. And check it out. Watch what they admit. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Watch. Stop it. Watch what it says here, okay? On page 481, it says, friendships and partnerships. In view of the small population of colonial America, Jews and Christians were frequently thrown together and learned to cooperate in business, to establish friendships, and to visit one another. It is said that Jews introduced masonry into the colonies. Here you go, man. Put it on the Discord. The ruler of lies. The ruler of lies. The ruler of lies. So, yeah, man, that's it. All praises, man. You know what? That's it. That's all I got, fam. That's all I got. That's all I can handle right now. I'm, yeah. And you know what, family? I mean, honestly, I'm not, there's no incentive for me to hit those links so our family can get it through the algorithm. The more links, the more likes this has, the more it's suggested, because what YouTube does is they reduce my views on every single channel, every single video I've done. They've reduced it. And one, they reduced it by like 150 views. But one thing they can't reduce is, I think, the likes. So make sure that when you put the notification, that you put notification to all. And that's probably why you guys don't get notified. And then check randomly, because they're not notifying a lot of you brothers that I'm on. All right. So I know you guys got stuff to do, man. I appreciate you guys. And I mean, anybody wants to come on? Anybody, man? Anybody? Hey, Vladimir, you still there, bro? Alicia, you want to come on? Let's see who. All will be real. I know you tried it. Hey, don't care. It's up to you, bro. You want to come on? It's up to you, bro. You want to come on? It's cool. Rick, I know you don't. It's cool. I get you. And I don't know, Miss Hermana Palomina, you want to come on and say hi to the family? We are more interested in hearing about you, because I believe this sister is a little older than all of us, and all praises to our Father that, you know, we have the opportunity to learn from each other. All praises, man. And you know what? Hey, I appreciate you, sis, and with all sincere respect, I so love the fact that you're listening in, because I wish I always tell my mom, she's 85, and I keep telling her, and I just pray to God to give her mercy, you know. Hopefully, she's still a Christian. I know that'll happen. I know that some of our people are going to feel it. They're gonna feel it, and it's gonna be too late. And I just hope that God gives her an opportunity. So all praises for you, family members, for you guys that are teaching your brothers and sisters, and and are actually, you know, taking the time to it says don't leave yet, taking the time to you know, encourage your family members to actually listen in. So this is the video that Alicia was talking about. Here it goes right here, okay? Let's listen in. Tina Turner, you are not the father.
Tina grew up believing that 2 of her grandparents were part Native American.
But you're only 1% Native American. You know how your family has always thought that you had all this Native American heritage?
Yes.
It was white heritage that you had.
All this time I've been thinking Indian. I was dying to find out what tribe it was.
You're from the tribe of Europe.
Oh, my dear Jesus, bro.
I was thinking that what tribe I'm from. It's because, you know, I believe these Wabos, man, we're the original people of America.
I'm sure that's what you thought. Oh, dear Jesus. I'm so glad you get slapped in the face. And she just laughs about it. You whitey white. You see, family, this is a so-called black woman, and she's actually white, like a European. So a lot of you black Americans, Chris, that have light skin and light eyes and light brown hair, Chris, you is a white man. Chris, Captain Zab, you is a white man. That's why you drive the Mercedes Benz and you got a bunch of properties. How are you suffering? You probably Brule. You're out of New Orleans, that, you know, that area, right? Texas. Thieves. Let's listen in. This is funny. Let's finish it with a joke. This is beautiful. Okay. So hey, listen, family. Alicia has a Facebook page, and she has family in Aruba, and she also has family in different parts of the world. She speaks several languages. Sisters, matter of fact, keep it neutral, Alicia. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that we teach repentance. That's what I'm suggesting. All right. Because there's still a lot to be learned. As you know, both of us, we're learning a lot, even we're not completely there yet. So I'm suggesting you as a sister to just be mindful of the people's spirit, okay? So let's listen to this joke, and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to play this song. I'm going to play this video. Then I'm going to play a song. Yeah, join Discord. Hey, listen, this is the link. We're also going to vet you, okay? Because ain't no ruckiness going on. So, and you're going to be in this link for a little bit until we understand what's going on with you. But he said she is white. She is white. She ain't black. She ain't black. And join the Discord, sis, because then then we'll create a Discord for sisters only. Okay, all will be revealed. You know what I'm talking about. We'll make that happen because we got a lot of info. I want to involve my wife so she can have a communication with sisters. So she doesn't. That's why it's important. Right now we build, and it's not about who's the lead. No, man, we share information. And some of us are a little bit ahead of others. Hey, there's stuff Alicia catches me. I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't see that. Thank you, sis. So let's go.
Tina grew up believing.
Happy Sabbath to you guys. I keep the Sabbath on Saturday. As you know, I keep it on the lunar black because our ancestors have always followed that way. And if you don't have a calendar, then guess what? This one right here says, click on this Discord. It's a program. You have to download it. And then the brother, all will be revealed. Will help you out in the end. Anyways, so I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna play this video, then I'm gonna play a song, and then I'm gonna finish it. Actually, I'm not gonna finish it with the water salvation. I'm gonna finish it with the intro, because we start with war and we finish with war. All right, shalom, family. Love y'all very much. Everybody, man, remember, repent. The kingdom is at hand. Self-examine. 2 Corinthians 13:5. 1 Peter 2:1. Sirach 6:23 to 29. Psalms 111:10. Joshua 1:8. Proverbs 12. 2 Ezra 14:34. Wisdom of Solomon, I believe, 2 Ezra 13:44, and I believe 2 Ezra 13:14. And then the scripture about Paul, he says, we die daily. That means that you examine yourself and you peel everything every day. Each day, get rid of your levels of guile. Each day, get rid of the levels of resentment, envy, evil speaking, all of that stuff, all of your sins. Each day, self-examine and slowly take it and put yourself under the shackles of the Most High, because that discipline is not easy. It's like losing weight for some of you heavy people, right? Or like if you want to lift weights and get strong, it's not overnight. It takes sometimes years. But there's a step. Don't take shortcuts. Face your fears. Face them. Everything you've done, give it to the Most High. Hey, listen, fam. We have a Day of Atonement coming. Now, if you have something that you're dealing with and you don't want to share it to some random person, then pick someone you trust. Or if you want to share it with me, that's my number. Shame on me if I reveal it. Let's just put it that way. All right, fam? So I love y'all very much, man. I mean it. You take care of yourselves, man. Yes, it's true. I don't get the notifications. Yeah, you got to put it on all. Get all notifications, okay? So listen, Al, you know what to do, bro. Help some family members out on how to get them on Discord and see if we can get them communicated with more sisters so they can grow together, okay? Okay, all right. You guys have a good night, man. Shalom, and once again, I guess, happy Sabbath. My Sabbath is, Sabbath and New Moon is next week, fam. Just letting y'all know, it's double Sabbath for you guys that keep the lunar. Rick, all right? Have a good night, bro.
Tina grew up believing that two of her grandparents were part Native American.
But you're only 1% Native American. You know how your family has always thought that you had all this Native American heritage?
Yes.
It was white heritage that you had.
All this time, I've been thinking Indian. I was dying to find out what tribe it was.
You're from the tribe of Europe.
I was dying to find out what tribe it was.
You're from the tribe of Europe. The tribe of Europe. The tribe of Europe.
So I got just a little Indian.
You got a little Indian in you. 0% and 0% Native
There you
American.
go.
And 0% who were Native American. There's no figure for Native American because you ain't got no 0 Indian in you. 0.
So I got just a little Indian.
You got a little Indian in you. 0% and 0% Native
There you
American.
go.
And 0% who were.
So I got just a little Indian.
You got a little Indian in you.
I'm gonna have fun with this, family. I'm gonna have fun with this. This is great. Thank you, sis, man. Oh my God, this is so proud now, man. Okay, all praises, man. All praises, all praises. Okay, let's see this. This is funny. I never seen this before. Oh, thank you, sis. Oh my God, this is cool, man. I'm gonna do a parody on this. Hey, bro, you're gonna have to help me out. I got some plans for us, bro. You know, with the whole equipment thing I told you about. All right, let's go.
You're only 1% Native American. You know how your family has always thought that you had all this Native American heritage?
Yes.
It was white heritage that you had.
All this time, I've been thinking Indian. I was dying to find out what tribe it was.
You're from the tribe of Europe.
Hey, who's trying to be black or white or native? You see what I'm saying, fam? You see what I mean? This is the Plaza de Kings. Plaza de Kings. Let's go.
So I got just a little Indian.
I got just a little bit of Indian. No, you don't. You're a weirdo.
Got a little Indian in you. 0% and 0% Native American.
Hey, somebody told me I was a native. No, black Americans. Stop trying to be who you're not. I mean, stop trying to be someone you're not. Just, you're West Africans. That's it. It's over. Live with it. That's it. Just like us. If we're not Israel, then we're not. I'm still going to work on repenting. I'm still going to teach my people, my gente, my family, my loved ones to keep the laws. But if we're not Israel, we're not Israel. That's okay. And I'm 100% okay with that. Because as long as I keep that humility within me, yeah, there goes that miscegenation you talked. It's exactly, my brother. There you go. You see what I'm saying, fam? Prior to 1865, in the antebellum period, they were passing miscegenations laws because black and white people were mixing so much. You know, like now. Why do you think you got that quarterback from Kansas City? The dude is straight white, but just because he got afro, he's black? Mariah Carey, she's 1% black. No, she don't even look black, but she's black. Oh, she may be a native? Nah. This is very fun.
Percent and 0% Native
There you
American.
go.
And 0% who were Native American. There's no figure for Native American because you ain't got no Native American. Even
This is what happens when these Canaanites, you tell them truth, right? And they throw a little meme with laughing back. And I'm like, that's all you can do. Because see, they're laughing and it's like, oh, let's get what's wrong. You're not of these lands. You are a West African. And maybe you're our people, but very slight amount. Because the Spirit bears witness, especially when you try to steal heritage that don't belong to you. You're everybody but you. You're Asians, you're Mexicans, you're Peruvians now, you're Mayas, you're Incas, you're Greeks, you're Romans, you're Native Americans, you're Egyptians, you're Arabs, but you're not West African.
Don Cheadle, because of the connection to the Chickasaw, members of your family owned by Native Americans. But we by Native Americans. Family owned so members of your family. The connection to the Chickasaw, Don Cheadle, because even Don Cheadle, because of the connection to the Chickasaw, members of your family owned by Native Americans. Owned by Native Americans. Owned by Native Americans. But we don't find any.
Wow. Wow. Have a good night. Love y'all very much, all right? Shalom. Yeah, give me a call, bro. Please give me a call. All right? Hey, make sure I will be revealed. Get that Discord ready, bro. Make a Discord for sisters. Because I have a feeling that we're going to have a good reception, man. Pretty soon in the next coming weeks. Okay? So please do me that favor, brother. I know I'm not on that much, man. It's just I've been really busy. But trust me, I'll be on more often, okay? Have a good night.
En la Plaza de Reyes, la 50. Soplón. Yeah. ¿Qué vas a saber? ¿Qué vas a saber tú? Oye, chibolito, faltomé. Pulpín de los pulpines, batería de Rapunzel, de rapeos, de raptos, de lagartos en cuartel. Cualquier la pega de cruel con un viejo coronel. Soy flujo, se me antojó dormirme en el laurel. Elevé mi level con un label y un Faber Castell. Ya un papel, lo empape con sangre de todo aquel que se jura Nobel y no ve mis trenes en la riel. What's so man? ¿Por qué no sacan la tabua? Juro por mis aguas que no te hablo por las powers. Soy chinchado neto, búscame por Pico Sour y te voy a meter al centro loco como Beckenbauer. Escúchame atento mi bro, que estamos rompiéndole en pro. El negro de Plaza de Reyes como siempre rompe de este micrófono. Que quiere meterle como yo pero no puede meterle taco plon. Si te pensaba que solo era un gallo, déjeme decirle que se equivocó. Real motherfucker feeling on the street. Es el Black Sheep mental de Plaza de Kings. Motherfucker soplón.
Nero Luigi, man, desempeña en la victoria para que sepa. Incas Mo, Money Gang Gang, yeah. Yo también he llorado, gente. También me han desplazado por mi rasgo afrodescendiente. Sí, un perro no habla pero siente. Cuento historias callejeras pa' barrios de delincuentes. Soy un perro que te ladra, que te muerde y que te huele, nene. Soy más que Lele, ustedes para mí son pelele. Con mi jauría todo el día en busca de los cheles. Tengo un perro en fiscalía que nos mueve los papeles y otro en la comisaría para evitar el susto. Muchas veces me han llevado por solo como luzco. Perdón, madre mía, si yo le causé un disgusto, pero en esta vía yo crecí rodeado de perros chuscos. Yo sé que me quieren ganar, yo sé que me quieren tumbar y no pasará porque soy de verdad. Está súper rafina la Dodo Style, metido en latina aprendiendo un quizá. Yo tengo el style, no mido la raza del perro, yo mido por la lealtad y yo soy leal. La calle te enseña lo que no te enseña la universidad. Saliste ese peña aquí con una seña te tiran para atrás. La calle limeña aquí nadie la tenía, ya nada es igual. Tiene que respetar, tiene que respetar. La calle te enseña lo que no te enseña la universidad. Saliste ese peña aquí con una seña te tiran para atrás. La calle limeña aquí nada le doy, ya nada es igual. Tiene que respetar, si yo soy tu papá. Es Incas Mob, negro. Es Incas Mob, nigga. Nero Luigi, man. Incas Mob, It's Money Gang, gang, gang,
Hey, yo. Yango en la maldita casa. Me llaman pa' que les dé al menos una vez al mes. Se metieron al lago y olvidaron que era el mes. For everybody bless. La fama es una puta, me está llamando a las 3. Dile que llame después. de las 16 y 25. Volví de la infancia de Abraham Lincoln, con fuerza ya inco, luchando para salir del rincón. Letra callejera en City Brinco, under del under, puede que tu viejo te lo mande. Sale de vez en cuando como el cóndor por los Andes. Mi cuerpo no es de madera como Dandy. Antes que me branden, yo seré la ola que los expande. Aunque esto me pique en la madera, no sirven ni para romper el ticket de un evento afuera. Loco por la carrera, desafían la gravedad. Yo espero tras la barrera y llego con la novedad. Niña, tú solo espera que ya encontré la manera. He visto bastante por querer lograrlo saltando escalones dentro de la escalera. La vida me puso al depósito, yo soy de púlpito para que el mundo conociéramos. De esta parte mejor interprete que ha parido esta cordillera. Sin luz afuera, que el espectáculo es dentro. La calle es mi templo, tiembla el pavimento cuando yo me concentro. Mis disparos son temas, la calle un poema se siente desde cuando entro. Y a toditos estos drogaditos que creen que rapean, los regreso al centro de mi balcón. Yo he visto el clon del clon en la misma gestión, pero a la malla no llega el balón. Y para esta pantalla no soy el patrón. Yo ya me sé la cuestión y doy fe por cada renglón. Consciente de la operación del final de Mbappé con la edad de bufón. De Young, la maldita casa, Plaza de Rey y papá.